Okay.
It's my
I think
sound.
we're good. We're
Okay.
live. As Melderon said, 16th time's a charm. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Already.
Scuffed intro. Can you guys hear me? Please. Do we have a stable stream? Good morning, Azeroth, for the first time in history. Stable stream.
Can everyone give a round of applause to Cargos,
Round of applause. Hello.
I'm a real content creator. Oh man, watch it be muted, and then they'll be super embarrassed. Loud and clear. Oh
Sounds
my
good.
god, that is
Loud
great to
and
hear.
clear. Wow.
That
did it.
is so good to hear, my man. Oh my god.
Hey, Melderon, how you doing?
Hello, sir.
Hey.
Wabbit, the Wascally, just subscribed. You like that new eagle sound effect? Ah, ah. And then also got a new member in the house. Who did it? Leonard, my man Leonard. Geschke. New membership. Welcome to the channel, my good friend. I hope you're having a great Friday. I hope everyone's having a great Friday. Per usual, as tradition, Def Camp, the priest. I'm not asking for fortitude this time. I'm asking for divine spirit. My spirit's a little bit low, man. We got to get the regen. I've been pounding coffees all morning, and I'm still feeling tired, man. I need some divine spirit in my life right now, Def Camp. Are you ready to bless the people?
Melderon just said, "Don't break my mic."
With a loud and thunderous divine spirit buff to all the people in the chat. Everybody, forewarning. This is about to get NSFW up in here. Here we go.
Ready? Here we go. Good morning, Azeroth. How the hell is everybody today?
I survived.
Yo.
That was good.
That was okay, I think.
Yo.
Yeah.
Did it come through?
Should have, yeah.
No one knows.
Yeah, it
All
did.
right, cool.
$2 donation, man. Yo, thank you for the $2. Vapir 87.
He's
Looking
a
like-
Def Camp Melderon OG.
Yes, he is.
Okay, good. And we got subscription on Twitch Prime. Wabbit the Wascally, thank you very much. Everyone's good, right? Stream stable so far.
All good.
Yeah, sorry for us being on the same carry one. We have painters upstairs.
They're
so.
painting my room currently, so I have to do what we did back in the day and share a space with Melderon.
Yes.
Even though he does not very much like it.
All good, man. All good. Okay, yeah, we're looking good so far. So a lot of stuff has happened in the last week. It's been crazy, right? It's been crazy. Let's pull up this little presentation here, and we'll go through the agenda for the stream. Okay, episode 16 agenda. We're gonna do our greetings, which we did already. Okay, let's do that actually. Did you guys have a good week? Everything was good with you guys? Doing a damn? Anything special happen? On your
I still have holiday, so it's very good actually. Good weather, just at the barbecue. Everything's perfect. We just need a blue post. That's all that's lacking this week.
That's
and
true.
Other than that, perfect week. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really good. Yeah, what a time to be alive, man. I'm getting anxious actually. You ever had that happen? Like the moment of truth is coming. The game's actually going to come out. Like this is actually happening. Like this is not a dream. Like this is reality. And I'm feeling a little bit anxious about classics coming. The beta's coming. It's going to ramp up so quick. Things are going to get so crazy. Like the butterflies, man. Butterflies in my tummy.
Know what you mean? I feel so much hype since this beta kind of announcement. I've been looking to a number of old forum posts and stuff like that all day actually, and really I just hope we get some official news soon, and I hope we can play some beta soon as well. But
that's all I'm feeling, man. It's been a lot of crazy news, a lot of stuff going on the last couple of days, and I was fully expecting to hear something honestly between yesterday and today, but we haven't yet. So I don't know what that means, but all I know is that we're getting closer every day, boys. That's for damn sure.
That's for sure. $5 donation in the chat. Luca Klemenchik. Always, every stream, Luca. It's the thing about Luca. Every stream, Luca comes in here and he drops a coffee on me. During the fall season, he was getting me pumpkin spices. Now he's getting me iced coffees. Thank you very much, Luca, for the $5, my man. Very much. Okay.
Happy Friday.
Thank you. Happy Friday. TGIF, everybody. Okay, no music on stream. Let me try and fix that. Keep talking.
Shall we start with a beta, or shall we first go into the memes?
Well, let's do the memes first. The memes are light and polite. In the meantime, while I put the music on, guys, where's everybody coming from, guys? Where's country? What are the things? Interesting things can we get? Country, faction,
ASL.
name of your firstborn. Go. You have one. Monday's the day we get a blue post. Fingers crossed, right? One of the blue posts was on a Monday.
Yeah. I actually thought we would get one yesterday or today, but yeah, I guess we were wrong on that.
Mm-hmm.
So
We'll start with the memes in a second here.
yeah.
All right. Go with some. What zone
We
you
have a
guys?
lot of EU people today. That's cool.
Nebraska, Germany, Horde, Temecula. Oh, right on, Budkins. That's right. Right on, man. All right, we got the awesome WoW OSD coming right now. There we go. Good stuff. All right, we're gonna get into the memes, boys. We start off the stream just by doing some light and polite kind of icebreaker type stuff. So throughout the week, we have people like you guys in the chat. You put memes in the Discord, in the Dank Memes channel, and then we will highlight 10 of them here, and then you guys can vote on the winner. The winner's gonna win a dope Classic WoW shirt. Pretty much simple as that. So it's Mr. Mamrick's meme off. These are the shirts that they can win. So pretty much, let's get into it. Number 1. Here we go. Watching your group die while you're in ice block. I appreciate this meme. This is a sophisticated meme.
There are some very good memes this week. I like this one, but
I like the Shutterstock text on over. It's nice.
Only baddies
That adds to the dankness. Yeah, the Shutterstock overlay.
only baddies don't unclick the ice block debuff. I mean, all you gotta do is if you have the right, all you gotta do is get rid of the debuff and come right out of the ice block. It's so funny though. A lot of people will just sit there in the ice block,
Wait
not
for the
knowing
full
that. Yeah,
duration.
wait for the full duration. Like, oh, I can't do anything.
That's part of the funniness of the meme, though, because like the dude is a noob potentially in the ice block, like feeling helpless because he can't freaking right-click the aura. You know, it's funny. All right, that's number 1. Number 2, you got your camera's kind of flickering a little bit. I don't know if you guys are getting that. Is your camera like kind of coming on and off a little bit?
I think it's only on stream,
Not on our end.
as far as I can see.
I see it
We
going
have a
on and
new
off a
donation
little bit.
of 9.99.
Oh
Yeah,
hell
not
yeah,
on our
dude.
end, Argos. It's weird.
Okay, gonna if they wait till Monday. Substream, what's up, everybody? Welcome. All right, number
Gonna
2.
read if they wait till Monday. Substream.
I really like this one.
Yeah,
I
this
saw
one is
it
dope,
on Reddit, I think,
Mhm.
before put it in this.
I did too, man.
PowerPoint. Yeah, I really laughed.
What is that, like an MRI? Dude's having an MRI and the guy's playing Classic WoW. I actually do
Yeah.
know. You guys know people that play WoW at the job?
I used to in my job.
Oh yeah, same here. Yeah, we did too.
I'm actually jelly of the people who can play WoW at their job, man. They're getting paid, like, you know, they're on salary and they're just like freaking raiding
Would be
the whole
kind of
time.
hard for me.
I used to work this sweet security detail, dude, where I'd at night, and I just used to sit in buildings and play WoW until my shift was over.
Damn.
Imagine I say to my students, well, you can read this chapter in the book, and I will just sit here.
Your cat is eyeing you down, dude. Today, like when he, it looks like he's a miniature cat, like right next to you.
Yeah, I didn't notice.
Oh, he's a chunky one. I like him, dude. He's cute.
Yeah.
He is cute. All right, that's number 2. Number 3. Can you try turning off the camera and just turn it back on again real quick?
Sure.
It's gonna mess up the cameras for like 1 second, but just bear with us, guys. you get extra Dunedain in your life for 5 seconds. Okay, so far no flicker. Yeah, so far so good. All right, number 3. This is a classic, dude. This is a classic archetype, but this actually speaks true to the female versus male psyche. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially someone in a relationship, you're sitting there laying in bed. I bet he's thinking about other women. Meanwhile, like, you're just like totally not on that wavelength at all. You're like, they said in classic we're gonna get progressive vitamization. Like, it's so funny, man.
That's me every night
Right?
before I go to sleep.
Yeah.
For me, I'm just sitting there. Am I gonna play Hunter? Am I gonna play Rogue? Man, people gonna call me a sellout if I go Warlock, man.
That's basically me for the last 2 years. So
I just
yeah.
don't sleep, so I just play WoW all night, and then I wake up, and then I just go to work, and then I do the whole thing again.
Yeah. All right, so that's 1, 2, and 3. Next one up. Okay, I didn't see this one yet. Battle for Azeroth, putting it in the oven. You are not prepared. I like it.
I like that you are not prepared. It's really.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I saw a video of what's his name, Matt Season, lately, and he started his intro with it was about the Burning Crusade, and he started his intro with "If you're prepared," that is. I just thought it was really funny. Probably most people don't like laugh at it as much, but yeah, well, I kind of like it.
Hell yeah, dude. Matt Season's the man. All right, next one up, we have number 5. This one, dude, someone homebrewed this in my Discord, Defcam. You saw this one? It's the class Defcam old wand animations, new wand animations. You're getting e-famous, Defcam. People are making memes about you, dude.
People don't understand, man, how much the wanding animation means to me. If you guys don't understand this meme,
That
during
kind
the demo,
of looks like old school Defcam too, man. I gotta say that dude kind of looks
right?
like you, bro.
during the demo, I noticed that the wanding animations were, not right, and I almost every stream I mentioned, and I talk about the fucking wand animations.
It's becoming a meme in Defcam streams.
Yeah.
He's
I
always
love
talking
this one.
about
This is
wand
great.
animations.
This is
Did I
great.
use the word meme right there in that sentence?
Yeah, you did. You did. Good job.
Right, thanks.
You're not 90, so.
The new limp-wristed wand is so sad. I don't even know. Like, I've heard about it. Like, how could you potentially simulate what the new wand animation looks like on stream? Is that what it looks like?
Yeah.
It's just a little like this.
Looks like Harry Potter.
Yeah. Let's yeah.
Scoobity doobity doobity doo, and then they do the thing.
Spelliamus. That's funny, dude. Mr. Maverick, what up, man?
Whoever made this, though, I love you. Whoever made this meme, I love you so much.
Is
Thank
that
you.
John? John said my memes on stream. It might be him.
Oh shit, John.
John Doherty.
Dude.
Good job, dude.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good one. Points for homebrew too, right? That's fair. If you homebrew something, you get a little extra points. I love. Oh, dude, this is a little savage, bro. I saw this, bro. Put it right up. I'll let you guys do the math. It's a picture of Kevin's face.
Dude, this is so good.
Oh my god,
Who
who
so
made
many
this,
points
dude?
because how dark it is. It's
Yeah.
so good.
God, I love how it's right after the other meme too, bro. Oh
Yeah.
my
I know.
god.
Who did this one? Was this
Yeah.
was this you, John? Go Eagles, baby.
Oh, it's a picture of Anduin. Fucking Rin, dude.
Just
Oh,
a kid.
Kevin Spacey.
13-year-old content. Yeah, this is good on many levels, dude. Lol, savage too soon. It's edgy indeed. This is one of our edgier memes for sure. All right, I actually like this one a lot. All right, next one. So this is number 6. We got 4 left. World of Pan. Okay.
This one flew over my head.
This one flew over my head too. I've seen these kind of ones before. They just troll. They like take the art and then make like
So you
weird.
just delete the other words and then put a pan in there.
You
Like
put a
I-
pan. Next
It's
one.
like
supposed
it.
to be.
This
I
one's
thought
kind of
that-
funny though, dude. This one's kind of
Doesn't
funny.
make sense. So I
World
like it.
War II, and they just put a picture of like the
Oh, that was
Imperial
funny.
Army. These are classics. All right, so that's 7 and
World
8.
War-
I think the same dude made these ones. We can count them as one submission.
Which
and
one?
then,
The
Um,
two.
so the next one we have, Stay Back. He's playing World of Warcraft: Battle of Azeroth.
oh
I don't know
yeah,
what
from
that's
Game
from.
of Thrones.
This
is
is
it?
relevant. It's from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It's from the last episode too, so
Wait.
it's relevant.
Wait, Cargos, you're saying you, the ultimate beta, does not watch Game of Thrones?
Oh,
He's not beta.
No, I mean, I'm sorry, beta. He's
Basic.
Basic. That's all.
He just called you a beta
I didn't
too.
mean beta. I said basic.
oh
Basic-
man, it's alright. It's
basic
alright.
bitch.
It's alright. I am a basic bitch, but yeah, I watched the first season or 2 of Game of Thrones with the wifey, but after sometimes shows just fall off like that. Like Walking Dead was the same thing for me. I couldn't watch too many episodes of too many seasons after the first couple ones. But yeah, anyway, we got one left, man. What's up?
Cargos is alpha. I was just saying you're an alpha.
No,
bro.
no, dude. I don't subscribe to the Alpha, Beta, Kappa pride all around, boys.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I'm an Omega, I guess.
I'm an Omega, dude. Yeah, same here. All right, last one. I can't wait for WoW Classic and challenging content. Friends, want to do Sunken Temple? I can relate with this. A lot of times,
Temple's a tough one, man.
a lot of the times, as content creators, I could see this, right? You like romanticize the content sometimes in your mind. You know what I mean? You talk about it, and it is nice, talking about it like from an idealistic standpoint. Then you're actually on Voldemort or something's like, hey, you want to like run Sunken Temple with like a pug group or something, and you're like, no.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Skullmance is like that too.
Oh no, come on! I love Skolo, man.
With a pug group.
Oh well, I mean,
that's what we're saying. Like people that you never know how good people are going to be. You know.
Yeah, it's just like Sun and Temple it's like a raid a dungeon that you're doing while leveling, and at least in like Skolo and Strat and like you have
on a fresh server.
Well, not on a fresh server.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Yeah. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most underutilized dungeons, right? Probably the most underutilized ones in the game.
Was Death Camp Undead today? I'm always undead, baby. I'm always undead.
Speaking of undead, there's a show on Netflix called Santa Clarita Diet, and I binged it, and it's actually really good, dude. You're all, I think I'm a basic bitch now, but it's really, really well done.
It's a basic bitch confirmed. You're one of me.
Yeah, it's a lot of undead though in that show.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna do a little straw poll here, guys. Fucking newsflash, cargo straw poll coming in the chat right now. I already pre-prepared it. I'm getting better at this streaming.
You are prepared.
I am prepared. Straw poll hitting it. So I'll go through them like again, real quick. Vote. The winner's gonna get a T-shirt. So actually vote and pick the one you think is the best. There's 10 of them. I'll go through them again one last time. Ice block. Watching your group die while you're in ice block number 1. Does it look bad, Doc? Lol, I don't know, your prob's fine while in Molten Core. This one with the husband and wife sleeping and the dude looking in the other direction. BFA in the oven is number 4. Def Camp number 5. Old Wand Animations, new Wand Animations, homebrew meme right here. 13-year-old content, Kevin Spacey. That's probably got my vote, to be honest. I love this one. World of Pan, World War II. Game of Thrones BFA meme, and last but not least, Sunken Temple meme, baby. You guys vote if you could be so kind.
6 is gonna win.
Oh, yeah.
That Kevin Spacey one's great.
Oh damn, number 5's got 14.
Gonna start a petition to get Cargo's a keg for classic release. I don't think you need a petition, my good friend. All right, I'm gonna vote for Kevin Spacey, dude. I don't want to sway the votes.
I had to do that one, man. John Doherty's is just too.
You gotta use this website when you do straw polls. It's
way better. Why don't I use this one?
Because you don't know how to use the internet.
That's true, I don't. I learned from Cargos.
Number 6 in the lead. Number 5. Yo, yours is number 2 though, Steph.
Oh yeah.
Number 2.
Oh, it's tied. Tied with 10.
All right, we'll do first the 65. Get a couple more votes. It's looking like number 6 is the winner, man. So let me see who made this one. This one was made by... Scroll up.
John Doherty, you're the winner in my book, baby. Def 1 is I know, dude. That I mean,
it's Platinum in the house.
Memes.
Platinum, wow, my boy.
Congrats on 10K. Well, I think you're like 12K now, dude. Congrats, man.
Wow,
well deserved.
Absolutely.
My man Rand in the Discord posting a ton of memes, dude. Rand killing it this week in the memes, man. Good job, Rand. Congratulations, buddy. We'll send you out a shirt, man. We'll get those details from you. All right. So now we're through the memes, guys. On to the juicy stuff. We're going into news and updates, which this week is pretty much dedicated to the beta discussion, right? So weekly news.
Everyone looking fresh today. Great stream.
Oh, right.
That's why I called you a beta. My mind was just on the beta. That's why.
It's all good, man. We've been thinking about beta so much. Vapir87 donated $4 for super chat. Thank you very much, my man Vapir. Keep seeing you in the chat, man. Appreciate it, dude. Platinum, wow in the house. Are you okay, Platinum? You've been eating a lot of paper these days, man. You've been eating a lot of Eon has a Costas. You all right?
Has a Costas.
Got some pulpy, you know what, coming out.
Yeah, you know what? I don't want to say the word poop, guys.
If you guys haven't seen this before, Platinum WoW, he's an amazing creator, first of all. He's growing like crazy. He's going to blow up come Classic. He's in the chat right now. He has a secondary account. He didn't tell anybody about this. I don't know, his intentions really, but he's been eating a picture, like a little vitamin-sized picture of Ian Hazakostas every day for like weeks and weeks. And he hasn't missed like a single day. Crazy. 105 days and going strong. Damn,
wow.
Bro.
You're a hero, Platinum.
You're a hero, Platinum. You're probably why we have Classic. What if he's been doing this for like years? He's why we have Classic. All right, so beta stuff, guys. Beta stuff. I did a stream on the beta yesterday. This thing is freaking causing me all kinds of anxiety. Let's
Same here.
take a step back. Where do you guys want to start on unpacking the whole beta?
I think we should start, first of all, whether it's even going to be open to the public.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't think it is. I think it's going to be a family and friends beta. Personally, I do. I just, it doesn't make sense to me why they would open the floodgates up to all these people who don't know what Classic WoW is. You know, people are going to be saying, "Oh, it's a bug because my mount speed takes too long. It's a bug because I can only, I can't mass loot." Like,
Where's
yeah,
my dual talent specialization?
exactly. A lot of us know what we're talking about, but 90% of the people that are going to be open to that beta, if it's a fully open beta, will be giving bullshit information to Blizzard. So, in my eyes, they can't do that. And that's what. And thank you for becoming a member, Wiggle Fluff.
Wigglefluff. Welcome, dude. Welcome, man.
There's other reasons why, and I'm going to hear what you guys want to say too.
Yeah, kind of agree with you. And also, it's really late to have a full open beta, in my opinion. So I think they might invite some people to have some more opinions than only friends and family. But I think it's closed. And I would have hoped to have a blue post today. The fact they didn't have a blue post kind of makes me think it's...
Yeah, definitely. I want to quickly jump in, though, just for those of you who might have been, you know, a little bit out of the loop as far as how this beta thing unfolded. I mean, jump in here if I'm saying this wrong, but pretty much there's a CDN that's been used for months called marlem.in, run by some independent guy, but people have been using it for months and months to track BFA content updates and really anything that Blizzard's pushing out, I guess, across multiple games. They put, and he's tracking them, and it's been a resource for months and months. Classic WoW Beta showed up on this site, and that's what sparked all of it. Blizzard has not confirmed or denied it yet, as far as I'm concerned, though, right? They haven't officially said like 100% beta is happening, so no one knows like 100% for sure what kind of beta it's going to be or anything like that. Sorry, keep going. I just wanted to paint the picture a little bit.
Blizzard hasn't said anything yet, and you know the fact is I've been talking about this with a lot of different people who, you know, of course they have no real like knowledge of what it is, but we're just kind of brainstorming and thinking like, you know, if we were Blizzard, you know, betas aren't what they used to be. Beta used to be a test, and nowadays it's more of a hype. Not to mention, Classic WoW is a unique game, and it's a unique position where it's not necessarily a new game. It's basically a conglomeration of the, you know, core from 7.35, or now I think they said they updated it, and the 1.12 patch. So I don't necessarily think you need a full beta for that, but I mean, I'm sure that yes, things are going to need to be tested, but it's just, to me, it seems like the best possible thing for them to do is to get people that they know will give precise information, people that they know won't be giving, you know, a mass of just bullshit data, and people that they can know will keep a wraps on it, because I think by them having a beta might lose out on this hype, because they might make people think, you know, certain things about it until the game comes out. So those are my reasons. There's a couple more things, but
yeah. So when we say open, we mean so it could still be closed, but what we mean by family and friends is that like a very select group of people versus like everyone who had a account before 2007, right? So I think this is like 100 to 500 people.
really,
That's what I think.
Cargo's music's too loud, everyone's saying.
Okay. Yep, I'll turn it down a little bit more.
I think it's going to be a very small group of people that get access to this.
Yeah, I personally,
And I think it's going to be NDA'd out. I don't think we're going to see streams
exactly. That's what that. I mean, I'm surprised that shit got leaked already, but I'm not partially surprised. That, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, honestly, this is just our opinion, guys. It could be completely off. You know what I mean? There's no way everyone will play the beta. You know, yeah. I honestly, like, again, this is just our thoughts, but I personally, I want to play the beta if it's out there. But if not, like, I'd rather just let's get, you know, the information we need and let's move on. And I just want to fucking play the game, man. Honestly.
Yeah, same. I never intended to play the beta at first place, but now we get the news. I was kind of excited to play the beta anyway, but I still think we probably won't get an open one. So is my volume better now? People said it was really low.
Yeah, it should be good now. I think I turned you up 200%, so it should be better. So my position on it, I do want to beta, but I do want it to be closed for friends, friends and family, or maybe a little bit larger of a scale, like maybe 5K to 10K people in it, invite only, not streamable, under NDA, because I feel like if it's open to everyone to just stream and do whatever they want on, it could eat away a little bit of the hype and a little bit of the momentum. Also, I think the content that would be provided by way of streaming a beta like this would potentially just be negatively impactful in the sense that stuff would be broken. It would not be Blizz-like. People would be like, "What the hell is Blizzard doing?" And it could also just take away from those first moments in the game when you're finally in real classic WoW for real. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, I do think there's a beta that needs to get done. Look at all the stuff. I was streaming yesterday and we were going down a big ass list and we kept adding more and more stuff to the list of what stuff needs to be tested on the beta. So I do want a beta in some capacity, because to go straight from the demo and how scuffed the demo was, straight cold right into the real game, a lot of unknowns there, man. I don't know if Blizzard, would have been able to address everything. So
yeah, and I'm hoping they kind of learn from not really so much their mistake. They definitely mistaked the demo. I think it was more of a cash grab, and also a way of saying, hey guys, that we're working on it, but. Think about how many people, and we talked about this last GMA a little bit, but think about how many people got the wrong impression of Classic because they played the demo and not actually created a character, got to experience, the creation of a character, leveling it up and doing all that. Think about how many people...
That's a good point. Is your mic gone or...
No, it's there,
okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. I think it's important for the new people to have the launch experience rather than the beta experience. So I would be surprised if it was a totally open beta.
Yeah. And if it was open, maybe is there a way to make it streamable and open and not streamable and open? I don't know. I just feel like it's a momentous occasion for a lot of people to see real classic WoW for the first time and stepping foot into their unofficial servers. And yes, you could not look at the beta, like not watch it, but I don't know, man. It would just deteriorate a little bit. I have a few thoughts, actually. When we get to the screenshots, I just thought of something. Never mind. I'll keep it to myself till we get there. But okay. Have we covered the initial groundwork of our positions on the beta?
I think so. People still think music is a little bit too loud, so maybe turn it a little bit.
Good morning, Azeroth, brought to you guys by Diet Snapple, the world's most refreshing diet beverage. 0 calories. You can pick up your Diet Snapple at your local 7-Eleven for $1.49.
Cam Weber with the $5 and it's $5 Canadian dollars.
5 Chinook bucks.
Snapple Nation checking in, eh?
Thank you, eh?
Snapple Nation checking in.
Snapple Nation. Do they still do this?
Free, guys.
Do they still have the Snapple caps? Do they still give you a little factoid on the top?
I think they do, yeah. Let's see, what is my Snapple cap? Melderon actually likes Paladins better than Shamans. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, fat chance.
We should get
Canada
a classic
has the
WoW
longest
beverage.
Coastline of any country in the world. I think that's real.
Listen to this. Cats have over 100 vocal cords.
Well, remember, it's
really?
a fact or not a fact. You have to know. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, you have to go on the website and see if it's actual real or not.
Oh, interesting. Wow, that's a giant debate. All right, so I think we covered the initial framework of how we feel about the beta, right? So Dunedain, let me just to confirm. So you do want to beta, but you don't want to play it necessarily, and
that's not entirely right. I'd rather have no beta.
Okay.
Like no open beta, at least. I don't want the first experience to be ruined.
Okay.
For new people and for us as well. I think it would be nice to have the first experience on real servers. But if there is a beta, I want to play it, of course.
Okay.
I feel this beta. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
I would like to, but if I don't get to, it's not going to make or break my experience.
And I understand why it would be necessary to have, I totally agree to having people test the game and make sure it's okay, but it's all dependent on who actually does that testing to me.
Gotcha. So do you guys want to go through these screenshots first, or do you want to go through stuff that you think needs to be tested? We made a big list, and we can talk about stuff we want to see from the beta, what stuff you're curious about. There's a big laundry list of items there that we put. There's multiple slides on it, or we can. What do you think?
Let's first start with what needs to be tested.
Okay. Sounds Sounds good. So this is a list we've been compiling for a couple days now. At least I started it on stream, and people have been adding stuff to it, messaging me on Discord. But here it is. I'm not going to go through everything. I'll try and like group it up into main things. So a lot of stuff is related to mob values. Mob values. Very curious about mob values. Resistances, armor, how fast, how often they use abilities, right? Because on some of the private servers, like they just use the abilities on cooldown. And you're just getting disarmed constantly. You're getting knocked down constantly. Hitbox, respawn rates, how many mobs, where the mobs are. You know what I mean? Like a lot of stuff on that.
You guys, content creators
Peace
in
smiles,
the know,
man.
should
I
be
love
invited
Peace
to do
smiles.
beta. Keep up the good work.
Thank you
think
very
it's-
much, Peace Moss.
Yeah.
With
You're
the
my
10,
boy.
dude. Appreciate it. Have you guys listed nameplate ranges? What is that, man? Nameplate ranges. I'm not sure, man.
Ranges.
Um,
well, when you when you have enemy nameplates on, the distance when they actually become visible.
Okay, interesting. Interesting.
Or friendly nameplates, either one.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
have that one on there yet. But yeah, so mob values is a big one. Everything. What's that?
Spell coefficients need to be on there too.
Debuffs.
Oh,
and
spell
then
coefficients.
How debuffs work. Do you see the timer? Do you not? But we're all forgetting the most important thing, guys.
Moonwalking?
Wand animations.
Oh, wand animations. That's right up there with moonwalking as a tier 1 priority, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, how pathing works, paladin seals are always all jacked up. There's a bunch of abilities that are just jacked up on the private servers, man. And there's a lot of abilities you're not sure if like they're really supposed to reset your swing timer or not. Like there's a lot of just every individual spell or ability has so much like nuance around it. Have you guys noticed that with Classic WoW? Like there's
Oh my god.
there's so much to test. You could
Every
just
class has something to learn.
yeah. So paladin seals, melee weaving, wand weaving, class spirit values. Man, people like Navik, myself included, people who love leveling, I'm really curious to how spirit's going to work. Is it going to work in that snowball, compoundy kind of way where each point of spirit is more impactful than the last, and it kind of snowballs on itself as a stat? Real quick, $3 donation from Mr. Cancid. Thanks for the assist on my Pally Druid debate last night. No problem, my man. If you were in the stream yesterday, no problem, man. That's what we're here for. To serve you guys. Sorry, go ahead.
I was wondering one thing, and it's about how certain spells work. So, for example, in the demo, Arcane Missiles wasn't working properly in the fact that when you used it on a target that was, say, out in open and then went behind LOS, those missiles would continue casting even though they were behind LOS. But in the demo, it would break if that person went behind MOS and LOS, and that's not how it was in vanilla. We all know, when you use arcane missiles, it would follow that person no matter where they went until the missiles were done casting. And so I'm wondering, those kind of spell mechanics, are they going to be fixed? There's so much shit. Honestly, there's just so much to even think about.
Yeah.
Sky Rahul wants me to adopt him. He's from India.
Right on.
Rahul, I'll tell you what, if you know how to cook, I'll think about it.
I mean, this stuff really is impactful too. Like on a surface level, if you're just a casual player, this may just completely go over your head, right? But all this stuff really matters, man. I don't know, like it's really juicy stuff to test. Melee weaving, wand weaving, spirit values, how jumping works. On these private servers, and people have just tons of different opinions on this stuff too. Like that if you jump, the mob will consider you in that location you were at until you land. Yellow melee attacks on the 2-roll system, is it going to follow the same way that spells work? That's huge, dude. Like the nameplates, like you said, spell coefficients to see if they're correct, if they're different. The quest values, are they going to be different from what we have on the private servers, man? The drop rates for mobs, that ties into it. Sit procking talents, want to like super confirm or deny that, even though it's highly likely it's not going to be there. Proc rates, PPM, group XP bonuses, so the modifiers to 3+ people in a group, what that's going to look like. Pet regen rates, mob leashing. Stuff shouldn't leash back, right? That's how you kite stuff in vanilla. And on private server, stuff will eventually go back to, their spawn location.
You should send that list into Carlos. You should send it to someone. That's
Yeah.
And depending on if we find out anyone who is in the beta, this is all really important stuff, because I feel like, I do have trust in the Classic WoW development team ever since we got really confirmation on how much they're looking to preserve the game. But a lot of this stuff is seems like small things, but when you add it all together, it's what really creates the feel of classic WoW. In my
Good point.
opinion.
In aggregate, all these together, right, create that effect. That's a great point, DevCam. Fucking bravo, dude. Yeah, mob leashing, armor values, another huge item. The way that weapon skill and weapon skill interacts with defense and hit and crit. You know, that whole, crazy debate. What's the difference between 310 versus 315 weapon skill? Is it 3% hit? Taladrill has the best theory on it, but none of the theory crafters, even the highest end guys, know for sure. So this is, I think they're really, really excited about that. That might be the thing that they're most excited about, I'm thinking. I'm not sure. Stealth
Problem
levels.
is, how do you test something like that if you don't know how it works or how it's supposed to work? Right?
Well, Blizzard knows, right? I mean,
Yeah, they do, but we cannot test if they did it right, can we?
True, maybe. Could they get just, yeah. If anyone has the answers, though, they'd have the best shot at it because they just have the old values, hopefully. But yeah.
There's some other, maybe I can tell it now. There's some juicy stuff that came up yesterday. So some data miners actually got the armor values of the bosses. And
I heard about this.
It appears it's lower than it is on private servers. Should be 3,750 armor on all bosses. So I'm pretty sure it's right information, but I'm not sure if that's a placeholder value or if that's like a base value and there's some extra armor added in another way that's not in the database or anything like that.
So if I was Blizzard, I would think that raid content for me would come last. Not last in the whole sense of everything, but I want to make sure the leveling process is tuned out. A lot of the mechanics, PvP, and then knowing that raids will be effectively the last thing people see until they hit 60. I would think that maybe that stuff would wait until a little bit later.
Yeah, I agree with that, but at the same time, let's talk about that for a second. I think lower armor values would have dire complications into the end game progression of the game. It would make it, for a lot of people, not for everyone, but it'd make it even more of a face roll. Molten Core, stuff like that.
Especially with 16 debuff slots at the start.
And with 16 debuff slots. Yeah, that's...
And
man, I'm not really into that.
No.
There's something else. There was this database of items, and every single item has the latest update of stats on it.
Yeah,
so,
well, we kind of figured that was going to happen.
Yeah, we'll go through some of these screenshots there. They show that there's potentially no progressive itemization, which I'm happy with. I think that's a good call. So what you're saying too, Dunadan, the TLDR here, right, with the whole armor values, is that there are less, the bosses have less armor values. I don't know how widespread that their research was, right? Was it just one boss that they looked at or multiple bosses? I'm not sure, but potentially they're going to have lower armor values, potentially making them easier than they are on the private servers, which is, people were suspecting maybe the opposite would be true. Interesting.
Yeah, and you say it's a good thing we have no progressive itemization. I'm not sure. If every item has the latest values of stats, and we have the new talents, and we have the new balance on all spells, and we have the lower armor values than we actually thought it would be, I don't know. I feel like they have to do some passive debuff, like we do, like 20% less damage in Molten Core.
There are some in the sense that, like, let's say that it's really hard to get the lotuses, right, and not everyone has flasks. Or maybe the whole world buffs not being able to be as accessible, right? Like stuff having a cooldown, like you were saying, Def, like the warlord, whatever. This stuff you'll be potentially rolling into raids less equipped. But it could overall still be a nerf. But I think Blizzard's main decision to go for the non-progressive itemization is that, from a player perspective, from let's say that 95% of people haven't played WoW in forever. And one day they wake up and the items have all shifted and changed in values. They're going to feel so profoundly lost in the sauce. They're like, what is going on right now?
It does feel weird. Even on private servers, knowing it's going to happen, it feels weird.
So it does happen in retail occasionally. When items do get nerfed or
but there's a patch around it or something. You see a little bit. This is just like a planned, one day you wake up, blip, everything is all different now. And everyone's like, why? I don't know.
But at least we have progressive availability of items. So that's important. At least we have that.
Yes, in the sense that items introduced later will still be introduced later, right? Yeah,
exactly.
Correct.
The other thing is that some of the tuning they did with the items later on, like stuff like fixing the wands and buffing some of the white weapons, now those items have viability, for longer. I like that. I like that the wands are a thing you can pursue early. I think it enhances the gameplay experience. But maybe these are all buffs though. Like Dunedain is saying, maybe all this stuff ultimately makes the content a little bit easier, and maybe that's. I hear your point.
Yeah, I think so, but they might still have something we don't know, like something that's not in the database, and they actually have additional armor or additional magic resist or something like that in Molten Core or WBL or any
True.
raid boss.
Also, you can't
gotta
sit
say-
proc stuff too, right? One thing I've been hearing about sit procking and stuff is not only for
No.
while leveling and shit, right? So some of the pro
Right.
tanks, dude, they're actually sit procking. They're like logging out. They're doing all these kind of like borderline exploitative mechanics to get like double dip on buffs and consumables and to really put out maximum threat and stuff like that. Like that
Right.
stuff is also kind of a nerf too.
It is, but I want to say, guys, and we all know this, but I just want to put a little TLDR out there, a reminder. And even though, and first of all, this is from a database that we're not 100% sure on. This is from a beta we're not 100% sure on. And then also a fact is that betas aren't what you get when you get the game. Like so much can change from a beta to a launch. So your categories, it looks like, but I understand, like, and especially with the item progression thing I was talking about yesterday about how it can change even minor things like how certain people level, like having wands going back up. But I think at the end of the day, I personally I understand the item progression change and why they would go with the later, but it does tend to make things easier. It does tend to do a little bit and add a little bit to in the essence of everything, making it just simpler. But for the most part, I think if we tend to make sure we go with things like not having a lot of the world buffs, having the way they used to be, all that kind of thing, I think it'll even out for the most part, honestly.
But there's one thing that I think if they don't change the game is DOA, and it's wand animations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Moonwalking too. No moonwalking. I'm quitting day one. I'm deleting my YouTube channel. If I can't moonwalk in the game, I'm deleting my YouTube channel.
Yeah, dude, I don't think you're gonna be able to do it. Honestly.
All right, I take it back. I'm not going to delete my YouTube channel. Okay, I don't think anyone's talked about this. What's going to be harder in this retail classic environment? Has anyone talked about this? Maybe Tips and everyone already talked about it. Maybe I'm just late to the party. Whatever. What do you guys think about this? I mean, everyone is talking about how it's going to be easier. Now I'm starting to like go somewhere. The juices are flowing. I'm thinking about stuff that might be a little bit harder. And what I mean by harder is like now we're going to be in an environment where there's no dynamic respawns. Maybe the economy is I assume the economy is going to be a little bit harder to tap into. Is this?
It's going to be harder to be like a relatively mediocre in PvP. More people knowing how to be good at PvP is going to make the meta for PvP a little bit harder. So more knowledge into the game means that it's going to be harder to compete being top DPS, more harder to compete to being the best PvPer. I think that's a big thing we're gonna have.
So that already happens on private servers.
Right,
so what is your
talking-
point, Cargos? Sorry.
So what I'm saying is that people are
saying
saying that there's going to be less armor on the bosses, right? That we're going to have 16 debuff slots. I'm not trying to make the point that it's going to be harder overall on Retail Classic, but what I'm saying is that it's something that people maybe haven't thought about and fleshed out fully, that there's going to be stuff that might be actually a little bit more difficult than on Voldemort and these other servers. And one thing is that there's probably going to be more scarcity in the economy if there's not going to be these 12-minute Lotus spawns. That is absurd. You know what I mean? Everyone and their mama has flasks. And you ask these people in vanilla, I don't remember too well back in the day because I was a little lost in the sauce noob running around like a chicken with his head cut off, but people didn't have flasks. Like, they didn't have ample flasks. Like, it was like the tank and a few people maybe had flasks. Like, we might be moving towards that environment again. Maybe it's harder to craft stuff. Maybe it's harder to find nodes. Maybe not though, because it's going to be less people on the server, and there's not going to be a constant influx of people from all cultures and countries. I'm trying to get the juices flowing a little bit here. Also the sit procking, right? I'm gonna write this stuff down.
Yeah. So when you're let's talk about this donation real quick.
Okay.
And then I want to say something real quick.
No corals light yet car. First round
Layer
on
of
me.
Omicron.
Thank you. No Coors Light yet. Challenge accepted. Be right back. Hold on. Don't start. You just triggered me. One second.
Okay. He's got to get his fix.
I'm gonna say something, but I honestly believe that, like what everyone's saying, for the most part, things are going to be very similar. Not the same.
I disagree.
No, I think we're going to see people for what I mean with like consumables. I think most people, when you go looking at the meta, like most people who are going to be doing, like most main tanks are going to have a flask. Most, in top rating guilds, I think for the most part, yeah, people are going to be flasking. People are going to be using consumables, maybe to a little bit of a lesser extent than they do on private servers, but I still think they're going to do it absolutely.
So what I was going to say was, and I've said this previously in a previous episode, there is 3 different existences of World of Warcraft Classic. There's what happened in vanilla, which memory is very, very shady on, and we don't, and things like SIP procking worked back then,
Maybe though.
So like,
I still don't know. Potentially for a little bit, maybe, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm with
And then
you.
you have the second existence of World of Warcraft Classic that existed only on private servers, which is inherently different in a lot of different respects from how it was in vanilla. Then we have World of Warcraft Classic, which, in my opinion, will be different than both of those things. This is not a recapitulation of a game that existed. This is going to be different in significant ways from both private servers and from vanilla due to the meta, due to profession changes, like you said, with respawn rates, due to population size, what I'm trying to say is this really isn't just a reboot of a game when you really think about everything in consideration. So I think we're going to see things that we've never seen before with this release.
That's a good. I think there are going to be some new things that come up. And I was watching something last night about someone saying, like, imagine, every time, you had private servers where there was like rogues doing fire damage because of certain trinkets, and it became broken. Like every day, people are learning new things about Classic WoW, 100%. But I still think we're gonna see a lot of things that we do see that were on private servers, that were in Classic. Things like people having to have consumables for next. Things like people, if they want to get the quickest times, they're going to get consumables, they're going to get DM buffs. A lot of that stuff's going to stay the same, in my opinion. Like a lot of the what you can do to completely max out your efforts, and most of that was seen more so on private servers and more so in the very, very top guilds in vanilla. But it's becoming more common nowadays because people have obviously learned more. But Melderon's right in a way, because in Classic we're going to have not just people who played on private servers, not just people who played in vanilla, but people who have never played the game, which is going to add a whole new sense.
It's so true. Melderon, you're saying some wise words, both of you. The brothers are hitting with some hard content today, like I have to say. So this is something I make the mistake of too, like calling old vanilla, like real vanilla WoW, I call that classic, just kind of reflexively, because everyone just uses the term classic. You guys ever do that? Like you just start referring to the game as whole, but they are 3 different games, dude. Like the private server era, like there are very different mechanics, in the private servers, like values, everything is different. So what if we started calling it like, the vanilla era, the private server era, and then the classic era? Like classic is only this version of WoW, right? I'm just saying classic is this upcoming one. I don't know.
No, I agree.
think as the dust settles, people will start to refer to the classic WoW's versions in this sense. That's what I'm.
Yeah, I like what you wrote there, because it's basically looking at a historical timeline of like the Roman Empire. Like when we break up certain things into eras or whatever.
Pre-Nost, Nost, post-Nost. Now I'm just showing. All right, keep going.
Yeah. So that's pre-Nost would be vanilla, and then Nost, and then post. You're absolutely right. We can use that as a guide. It's like when Christians use like the birth of Jesus is like the it's the same thing.
But at the same time, I feel it.
No, you're right, dude. It's absolutely true. I'm not saying, what I want to make very clear is that I'm not saying that the mechanics of the game are going to be significantly different from both of those things. However, the small changes that could happen with meta, with their release schedule, their phase schedule, which is very different than it was in vanilla. They're trying to recapitulate the phases and the patches, but it really is very different. There's no progressive itemization. There's no progressive talents. So this is a brand new world when it comes to theory crafting, at least.
And the community evolves as well, which is probably the most
piece. Yeah,
probably one of the most substantial pieces is how much the community learns, how much the meta changes, and what people do with the information that they get.
And I believe that Blizzard is not going to have a perfect representation of the old world, right? Like there's these new features in there, little minor ones. Like this new world that they're creating, like even though it's based on the old values, is not going to be an exact replica of old school vanilla WoW, right?
Yeah,
that's not rocket science. So even the world is different, the community is different, and the mechanics are different. The whole gamut across the whole board, everything is different in some capacity in these three eras, right? So they are really 3 different games, man.
Yeah.
real.
They are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's, I just there's a fine line how we say different, because like a lot of the theory crafting that's been done over the last 14 years is still extremely valid.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to discount the scientific work that's been done, but at the same time, there are differences to make it a point where the experience will be different for a lot of people.
Real quick, we got some donos real quick. $5 from
What
Wascally.
does having sex
Okay,
in a
I'll let
boating
the
course
robot
light
talk.
have in common? They're both *****ing near water. Buy a better beer, man. Come on.
Dude, I'm trying to slim out for the wedding, Wascally. It's actually not bad, dude. It goes down smooth. I would rather drink this and session this compared to like some like micro brew, dude. Like some really like hopsy like freaking like IPA or something like that. I can't drink like 6 IPAs. Like I just get a headache or something like that.
So Melderon goes, tell him, Waskelly, while he sits there and drinks PBRs.
I love PBRs, bro. I'll trade you right
I
now.
like beer, but it's literally like it's. I'm not even gonna go there.
It's like 50 calories in this, bro. You can drink this all day. Pritch also subscribe to Twitch Prime. Welcome to the channel, my man. Welcome Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, everybody. Welcome to the stream.
Kids?
Guinness.
Guinness.
Yeah,
My
I
girl
drink
loves
kids.
Guinness. Yeah. But okay, so the add-ons are going to be different. The world is going to be different. The mechanics are going to be different. The values are going to be different. Everything's going to be different. The macros are going to be different. In all 3 iterations, everything is going to be different. So they really are. Yes. I think as the dust, everyone's just calling it classic right now because it's a hype and no one knows what it's going to be like. But I feel like as the dust settles, people are going to be saying vanilla as far as like the OG WoW is concerned, real OG WoW. Then private server era or something. There probably will still be private servers. They're probably going to come up with a better name than that. And then classic will be the new thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I want to talk about add-ons for 1 second. I want to get your guys' opinion on something. So
items, okay.
No, add-ons.
Oh, add-ons. Okay,
so
okay.
I'm extremely in the camp that first of all, of course, we're probably not going to see add-ons in the very beginning because of the issues that are going to arise. But I'm very much in the camp that I do not want to see add-ons that were not in vanilla, because imagine weak auras in vanilla. Like weak auras is
happening apparently, right?
And it's basically in mythic rating. I mean, it'll tell you everything you have to do, everything you need to do. It's right there, written there. Classic WoW is not the kind of game where if you had that information, it would just make it.
I don't think there's a need for weak auras because the rotations are too.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why I'm saying it would not fit in. But I'm afraid though that people are going to want to, bring people who are playing retail and say, oh well, I use weak auras all the time. Why can't we have that in classic? And I 100% hope, and Blizzard already said they would do this, is to hopefully restrict certain add-ons that would not fit within the classic era timeline or in the feel of classic.
They could, I guess it's within their power, right? They could probably restrict that. Real quick, we got $5 donation. Patch 2.3 brought guild banks. How do you think about guild banks on classic? What do you guys think about guild banks on classic? Personally, I don't want to.
It wouldn't make or break anything, but if we're gonna err on the side of no changes, which I've been doing my whole life, or whatever career, I would err on no changes.
Just make a bank all.
You don't need any guild banks.
Yeah. But if it came into the game and that was the only thing that was changed, I wouldn't cry over it. I'm not gonna not play the game because there's a guild bank in the game.
I would definitely cry over WAN animations though.
I want to say one thing. Okay, oh god, I'm itching to talk about this. We'll talk about it when we get to the screenshots. Okay, I gotta just internalize it. Just keep drinking Coors Light. I gotta remember it though, because I'm gonna forget it. Right now, should I?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna talk about the screenshots anyway. Let me find the screenshot, and then we'll talk more about the screenshots in a minute. But it inspired me. So there was a. Where is it, dude? It was like a tab of where you could toggle on social stuff. You know what I'm talking about? All right.
Yes.
We don't have to look at it.
Integration?
No. That you could basically toggle on and off BNet in the game. Okay? Most people want BNet. I'm not trying to say that's the majority opinion. It's an unpopular opinion. Most people want BNet. All I'm saying is if there's the option for BNet, as far as I'm concerned, BNet's in the game. Like, BNet's the friends list. Because if you have that quality of life, people are going to use it. It's like playing Project 60. Like, people are just going to cheat when they play Project 60. Like, it's just like human nature. Stuff happens.
But
like,
I thought they said they're going to have limited BNet integration.
It's toggleable, bro. There's a little picture in the picture. You can toggle it on or off. So it seems like, what does that mean? It means like when you press O, you're either going to have, the friends list pop up or not. It was under social, man. I'm trying to find the screenshot.
Because I saw that too, Carlos, and my first worry was, does that mean you can right-click someone on the opposite faction and add them friends and talk to them?
I don't know. See, that's why it's a clown fiesta, man. I don't know. Like, so I don't think I included the screenshot, but okay. The Tips did a video on the all these screenshots, right? And on his video, there's a screenshot on there that it says there's a little box that you check that says like BNet social whatever. What could that mean other than you press O and you see the whole BattleNet there?
I think what that is it turns on your BattleNet friends, but I think you'll be limited. You won't be able to add a friend on the opposite faction. That's limited BNet integration.
But you will be able to talk to people probably playing another game.
Correct.
Yeah.
God, man. See, that's probably out of the whole thing though. Like, there's a lot of good news from these screenshots.
But
like,
why, it doesn't make sense why they would limit that. From a business standpoint, cutting that out is going to screw up everything. Like, here's an example. What if someone's playing Overwatch, right? Your best friend's playing Overwatch, and you can't know that because you're playing Classic WoW. It's just not going to work. In this day and age,
you can have
it's just not
a
gonna
separate
work.
BattleNet app outside the game, though. Like, you could just have BattleNet running in the background, and you could go over BattleNet and hit them up.
Monitors, you know what I mean,
or Discord. All I know is it's going to be the type of thing where, like, if people have that enabled, you can right-click someone and add them as a BNet friend, and you're going to see them as like Joe Johnson instead of like Cargos or whatever. You know, like I don't.
Right. I mean, I understand Cargos, I do, but my main issue would be as long as there's no cross faction communication. Even so, the one thing is though, will you be able to talk to a buddy who's playing on Alliance on another server
If you're already friends with them.
if you're already friends with them? Say you're friends. Say I'm friends with Dunedain, right?
Yep.
And I'm on a EU server, or I'm on a whatever on another server on playing Horde. He's on another server playing Alliance. Can I talk to him?
Doesn't matter if you're on different servers.
I don't know,
Right,
man.
but
It just makes it
you're
a
on the
clown
same
fiesta.
server, that's right.
Just leave the
Yeah.
BNet out. Just leave the BNet out. Have it as an app. If you like it so much, have it as an app. Everyone already has BattleNet downloaded anyway.
I mean, I agree with you, Cargos. I just
Yeah.
don't think they're going to do it.
Yeah, so that was that was like the one pain point I saw out of all the screenshots. Most of it, pretty much all of it, was good aside from that. But that is something that I don't know. It's
Yeah, it's something to think about. Something to talk. Something we need more clarification on. 100%.
I guess if you can talk to people in another game, you can talk to opposite faction as well.
It's different to me though because it affects gameplay, right? So toggling
Yeah,
the water on and off doesn't affect gameplay. Some people like the old water, some people like the new water. It's just an aesthetic difference. Like either they like the glassy look or they don't like the glassy look. But to me, it affects actually the atmosphere and of the game. Because if this quality of life feature is in the game, as far as I'm concerned, if you're like an entrepreneurial, go-getting like person who's gonna play to the best of their ability, like you're just gonna use that feature. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that makes sense. But because you have the option to have it, I just assume everybody has it, and then everybody's adding each other as BNet. Like, is it gonna be weird if you try and add someone as not a BNet friend? Like,
I don't know. Honestly, for me, Cargos, like I hear you, but it's not. It's not. I'm just gonna turn it off.
Yeah, I'm turning it off.
I'm just gonna turn it off, and that's it. I'm glad there's at least there's a toggle. At least there's a toggle.
It could have implications, but it's going to have dire implications to very small amounts of the population, in my opinion.
okay,
People who are creating mafias, people who are trying to do some kind of weird raid team up or something like that. Here's an example. Let's say the Horde. Let's say there's a very dominant Horde guild, and they want to nullify any other Horde guilds, and they have a friend who has an Alliance guild, and that Alliance guild kills the other Horde guild.
Mm-hmm.
Or for a boss or something like that. Those are very high end, but it's still going to affect the world.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's not going to affect the world for most players.
Okay, all right.
Sounds
I think
shitty,
I'm making
but-
more of a deal. Yeah, it's probably not
Very
that big of a deal.
hand wavy argument I'm giving, but
I do
You
think
know.
for PvP servers though, they will make it so that cross factions won't be able to talk. At least for
Yeah.
PvP servers.
No, I think of it wouldn't be that hard to not be
Yeah,
able
it'll be
to
hard
do
to
that.
do.
It would be possible to add people and see that they're playing, but not talk to them. Yeah.
Right.
I'm just
That
thinking
makes
about it this way. So all the friend request, all the people that add each other as friends think about all the players on a server, and every time someone adds someone to their friends list, what percentage of those people are going to add BNet or versus just regular? I'd probably say the majority is just going to attempt to add them on BNet because it's almost just like a better way to add someone. Like there's more, features and you can stay connected with them for longer. So something to think about. I'm not saying it's the biggest deal ever, but just something to think about. Let me finish off the stuff that we need to test on. The stuff I really hope they get ironed out. Stuff I'm really eager to find out for doing the V3 leveling guides and all that. So hitbox range, this is another one. Apparently, Torrens in real vanilla, OG vanilla WoW had 3-yard bigger hitbox range. I'm really curious to see if that's actually true. On the private servers, it does not reflect this.
Hitbox is too big.
We talked about all mob values, so everything related to mob values. Very interested on that stuff. Respawn rates, that kind of ties into that. Shared quest rewards, that's something if you're designing a leveling path is important to understand. Same with the drop rates. Final form of items, seems like we got some answers there. Pickpocketing, I don't know exactly what the case was with pickpocketing, but someone was telling me that pickpocketing they're curious about, so I added it. Okay, another big one. Dire Maul and Maradon. I want to see if you think Blizzard's going to leave in tribute runs. What do you think, chat? What do you guys think? What do you guys think, Defcat, Beltron?
I think it's core to the gameplay. I think that if you remove tribute runs or you remove the ability to solos, it's why it's doesn't make any sense to remove. So it's not an exploit. It's part of the RPG elements of the game. Hunters have a strength that they can do certain things. Mages can do certain things. They can farm. If you put a group together and know how to mind soothe and know how to do this, know how to do that, it's part of the RPG mechanics and elements of the game. And I think if you remove that, it's gonna really screw up a lot of class fantasy and class ability.
Yeah. So I mean, what was you say? What removing?
Yeah.
No, I honestly.
Because the private servers removed it. That's all I'm saying. The private servers made data-driven decisions, and they restricted Dire Maul tribute runs. Now you have to do some...
No, they
you can't do it.
They restricted solo.
They restricted solo.
Oh, solo. Yeah, solo tribute. That's what I'm talking about, though. Like, that's, hunters being able
to... the ability to do a tribute run.
No. You see what I'm saying? As a gold farming method, as like a thing that you can... a repeatable gold farming method. You know, it's insane gold per hour.
Because it inflates the economy.
Now,
but here's the
it's
thing.
not entirely. It's not entirely sure that the drop tables are correct right now, and that the grays that drop on private servers drop in the same numbers.
Right. Well, most private servers do today, like the Voldemort one I play on nowadays, they have claimed that they lessened the drops on those places, and they're still farmable for me. Like I have done it in the past couple weeks, and I have over 2,000 gold on my priest rank, so it's definitely still lucrative. And I think if Blizzard wants to be authentic, then they should make it the way it was, in my opinion. I think certain classes have the ability to farm that, and you know what? For the first couple months, I'm not even going to be able to do that. So I'm going to have to find a whole other way to farm and get gold.
Well, if you're a hunter, you can do it in the first couple months. Yeah.
Well,
Dire Maul won't be there. Oh, right. Okay.
So what my issue is, as a priest, like I'm going to have to find somewhere else to farm, and that's nice that I know that once Dire Maul comes out, I'll be able to get some more gold. And
same as a shaman.
Same as a shaman, same as classes that can do it as mages. Mages are going to make money no matter what. You know what I mean? But me as a priest, like, I'm pretty screwed when it, and I'm not going to be going, when I do go shadow, I'm going to be PvPing and hopefully doing some farming there, but, it's going to be, there's only going to be certain places to farm before Dire Maul comes out, and most of those places are around the world, so it's going to be very competitive.
There's a big difference, though. Back in the day, almost no one knew how lucrative it was to farm Dire Maul. So
exactly.
It totally ruins the economy if they keep it like
the gold farmers go ham in there, right? So I mean, here's the popular opinion. This is not what I necessarily think, but I've asked many people this question now at this point. The popular opinion is that Blizzard is going to have it available as soon as Dire Maul comes out. You're going to be able to solo this stuff, and then they're going to basically realize the implications of it and then nerf it. That's what most people think. I'm not saying I think that. I'm just saying I'm throwing it out there.
Well, they should have already done that research, honestly. Any if they're worth their weight, I would have already been researching. They better, if Blizzard wants to do this right, they better have people playing on private servers right now. I mean,
I think they have NOS people. They're talking to NOS people 100%.
Yeah,
or playing on the servers. You should be playing on the servers.
Absolutely, not. And I'm almost 100% positive that they have. And I think that people have even mentioned that before, that they have test servers, or what they called what do they call it? Servers that basically where they were getting information from. And, that's, I think they mentioned it in one of the Countdown classes that Josh was talking to someone from NOS or something like that, saying that, Blizzard 100% is looking into those servers and seeing what exactly is working there, what's not working there, things that they've done that they would look into. And I think, without a doubt, they're already weighing those options, but they have to weigh authenticity and look at other things like, are gold farmers going to be a problem in Classic? Do they have the technology? Do they have the technology now, though? They have more technology nowadays than they did back then, right? So they have the technology to hopefully track these gold farmers. When people report them, they can ban them, this shit, then the other. But they're still going to exist. They're still going to be there, and hopefully 100% there's no WoW token in the game, so we don't have to worry about that. But it will create a cesspool of gold farmers that are going to be there.
Cesspool.
I mean, what else is it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's part of Classic in a way. I mean, I definitely
they're back
know
in the day, man. Susan Express.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I'm
Susan
gonna
Express.
love going to Unguro Crater and killing them with my boys. So, yeah, I mean,
Now
Yeah,
they'll
I
be in
would
Dire Maul the
kill
whole
a
time,
bunch of
dude.
Kill a bunch of
By
gold
the way,
farmers. I love doing.
Some good news was that there were no WoW tokens in the database.
Oh
oh,
yeah.
that's really good news. Yeah.
No cash shop too. Yeah, we'll get into
But
that.
We should.
I'm basically as no changes as it gets, but well, on design perspective. But since they changed the items, the talents, the balance, I feel like there are some things that they can change, like the Dire Maul, gold farming, like the boss and armor values, like world buffs, anything. So I think they should change some things to keep it interesting, to keep it a little bit less face roll.
So your
I don't know.
hashtag no changes, but maybe some.
Well, what I would say if
Well,
I was in
I-
Doomsday's position. Sorry, go ahead. Finish. I'm not on.
Yeah, I would go no changes at all, but then that means literally no changes. But since they did some, they better buff some stuff.
I see your
or
point.
nerf some
They
stuff.
have made some changes, man. There are some changes,
Yeah.
but
Absolutely.
if I'm putting myself in Blizzard's shoes, and let's say that they want to nerf Dire Maul and Maradon, even let's say they want to nerf these things, they don't think that's in the spirit of the game or whatever. I think from their perspective, it would make sense to let it play out for a while, like, and for the community to kind of like realize the implications of this stuff and have the community come to the consensus that they want it nerfed. I personally could go either way. I'm chilling, man. Like, I would be fine with Dire Maul there. Like, it's great for me as a hunter. It's phenomenal. Dire Maul tribute runs, but so I mean, what's your rule? Your guy. I'm assuming Def Cam Melderon completely no changes. And Dune to Dune is-
I agree with you in a sense, Cargos, that I think first and foremost, this stuff should be in the community's hands. You know, if they have to do something like they did on old school RuneScape, where they had, you know, these polls and they talked about certain changes, but it would have to be a majority of 80%, and they would only be changes that would be minor implications and something that maybe possibly happened in Classic or something that was thought about in the private servers to stop things like this. And I think Classic WoW is a unique place where the community really comes together pretty well over a lot of things, and we have our little bouts here and there with our opinions on this and that, but for the most part, we want an authentic WoW experience, right?
Mhm.
So I think they and the Classic WoW community is inherently it takes care of its own, right?
Mhm.
We shun people who don't work well in the system, and we reward people that do. And I think Blizzard knows that, and they know that, you know, if anyone were to make these decisions, it should be us.
Mhm.
Well, you say we have a good community to do that. Once Classic launches, we will not be the same community.
We
Yeah.
won't,
We-
but
Which is
will be
why
fu-
they should limit
like-
it to level 60s.
but
yeah, then we will be like 5% of the community.
That's so
There will
true,
be
it's a good
so
point.
much
I don't know
more
about that.
people.
and
And they don't have a clue about how much gold there was in Classic WoW or Vanilla
You
WoW.
think the
Oh,
majority of
man,
people
dude, you're
who
making
never
my
played
head
Classic
hurt right now. Imagine Classic comes out, right? We're like 5% of the
I don't think
community.
so.
We're overwhelmed by like basically a majority of people who want to play in a different way, up to like kind of more modern standards of instant gratification and stuff. And then they have this overwhelmingly powerful
possible.
voice, right? And then like everyone's like saying, you know, Blizzard, you need to do this, you need to do that, and we're just like drowned out, and then it becomes a clown fiesta.
That's entirely possible. People
Oh my
want
God, I hope that does
their
not
epic
happen.
mount, and they think like, how is it even possible to get like 1,000 gold? This cannot be true. We need this Dire Maul gold farming, so it needs to say. I don't know. People back in the day, they didn't have the gold to buy an epic mount. Only very few people had an epic mount, and I think new people will definitely try to find ways to get more gold or make it easier. So maybe you have a different opinion.
I think the
on that.
best argument overall for like a completely no changes thing, like across the board when it comes to everything, is the idea that like one, the community, like you said, is going to be a very different community, right? There's going to be so many voices, and the second you open up Pandora's box to make changes, everybody and their mom is going to have an opinion. Change this, change that, change this, change that. And the other thing is that who's trusting Activision Blizzard to make changes to Classic WoW, horizontal content or whatever it might be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you think about those two factors, the community and the current state of Activision Blizzard, no changes.
Yeah, the thing is, the community, as you increase in level, the representation of the original, of the classic WoW veterans are increasing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an inverse correlation between, well, maybe that's not, and so it's a positive correlation. So if with increasing level, the increasing percentage of the population that's already played vanilla. So I trust that population to level 60s way more than if you had the whole population at large.
But do you think it will be in a majority of the levels?
I think it'd be 50-50, somewhere around
And,
there.
and honestly,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I
possible.
maybe I have a little bit too much faith in us though, and I believe maybe this is a little hopeful, but and I've seen it happen before. Classic WoW does rub off on people. People start to appreciate the things that make Classic the game it is. We've seen it before with young people who played on NOS, people who have never played before, who absolutely fell in love with Classic WoW for what it is. I think for the most part, people who inherently don't like Classic WoW will end up not playing Classic WoW. I think for the most part, people who end up loving Classic WoW will love Classic WoW for what it is. And there has to be a good amount of time where we let it be for what it is, for what it is. And as time gets on and as the community grows and as people learn to love the game for what it is, then maybe we can start talking about these things. But I think we have to make sure that authenticity is cared for primarily first and foremost. And if that means that Dire Maul is going to be in its its state where it's going to be farmable for a while, then okay, that's how it's going to be for a while.
Same here.
I'd rather deal with that.
Worst case scenario, you just make new servers, something happens. You know what I mean? You still have options on the table, but when you open Pandora's box and start making changes, that's the risk towards Classic WoW being a disaster.
Exactly.
That's how
So we
it
need
becomes
at
a
least
disaster, dude. Like I said
We
before.
need at least a full cycle of content before we can vote on something.
Right, I agree with that. That's a really well said thing, Dunedin. That's really well said. That's the only way Classic WoW fails in my mind. Like we said it before, right? Blizzard, all they got to do is release the game and just keep the lights on, and the community will do the rest. It's a freaking sandbox, the game. Like we can do with it what we want. You know what I mean? The only way this is DOA is if they fucking do some crazy shit like pig mounts or cash shops or all this stuff, man. Like,
hey, man, listen, the Vanilla WoW community is 100% the best community I've ever been around, and it's because of us, because of people from NOS, because of everyone here in this chat that we're getting this game. And remember that Classic WoW, in its heart, is a game where the community takes care of its own, and it's where we make the choices, where we have brought this together. And I think for the most part, we don't have to worry about this game getting in the wrong hands or becoming something that it's not, because at the end of the day, man, they made this for us because of what happened and what we've been wanting. So and I really honestly can say this with these last blue posts that we've gotten and with the information that we've gotten, I actually have some trust back in Blizzard, at least with these Classic WoW devs. I would like to give them a round of applause. I mean, honestly, I think that they have the right thing in mind so far, and it is possible down the line that Activision would see this and want this and that, but I think for the most part right now it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, and let's just real quick just say there's 960 people watching on YouTube. I think this is our biggest group of people we've ever had on GMA, so thank you all for being here.
Across everything, about 1,200 people. That's crazy, man. The hype is real. I mean, oh man, dude, I'm thinking though, we haven't had an update in a little while. Are you a little bit worried or not so much? Like, I feel like Blizzard, they're not dumb, man. Like, they get paid the big bucks, you know what I mean? Like, they know lots of stuff we don't know. Like, I feel like them pushing the build to the CDN and stuff, like, they had to have known that was going to happen. The community was going to react. We haven't had a little update in a little bit. It just kind of like blows my mind that the CM wouldn't maybe just put a little update or something like that, like, little paragraph.
There's nothing really update right now.
Also, I think what happened, I mean, obviously they would have known that this information was going to get leaked, right? I think that they knew that something like this was going to happen, but maybe they're not sure how to put this out to us yet. Maybe they're still thinking about it. I don't know, but I think they're kind of waiting to see how we're going to react to this. If it does end up being a closed beta or an open beta, they're waiting to see maybe how we're going to react to this.
Yeah, I agree.
That would be the smart thing. And honestly, either way, I mean, yeah, if there's an open beta, I want to play it. If there's a closed beta, I would trust them to hopefully make the right decisions. But either way, guys, within a couple months, we're going to be playing Classic WoW.
It's true, man. It's true. It's scary and exciting all at the same time.
Absolutely.
Okay. We're going to do a quick straw poll again, guys. 1,200 people in here. We're going to get some good data set right now. Do you want closed beta, open beta, or no beta? Poll coming in hot and fresh.
And by closed beta, we mean
Oh.
either invite only or
We have a new donation.
friends and family.
THC.
Yeah, closed beta is like maybe invite only, but you can't stream it. You can't do any craziness stuff like that. Like, let's see what you guys think, man. Vote in the chat, please, if you could be so kind. Don't write it. Just vote in the chat in the strap bowl. Holy crap! $20 donation. THC Force Ghost, longtime friend of the channel, my man. This is gonna be awesome. Thanks for the hard work, guys, and information.
This is going to be awesome. Thanks for all the hard
Wow,
work,
look at all those
guys, and
votes going up,
information,
man.
guys.
Every time I do a straw poll, I gotta use this site.
Yeah, it's strawpoll.me.
Thank you for the 20 THC. Thank you, my man. Appreciate it, dude. Good to see you in the house again, once again. So I'm voting closed. I want a beta. I want it closed though.
Yeah,
I'm sensitive,
same.
man. It's
Same
so
with
close
closed.
though. Check this out. Look how close that is. Holy moly. 100
Wow.
plus for both closed and open. That is crazy right there. Community's pretty split on this. If Blizzard's looking for our consensus, here you go, Blizzard. There's hundreds of people that are split right down the middle on it. Heavy lies the crown, man. Lies the crown.
That's a question. How much do you think Blizzard keeps tabs on the community like this, like having community discussions, forums, and things like this? Do you think they're always watching, or do you think that they kind of?
Damn, you think there's a Blizzard person here watching this right now? What
I
are the
wouldn't be
chances?
surprised.
You like?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's someone at
That's
least
kind of scary, dude.
on at least one of every of the bigger streams that has to do with Classic.
Especially
I
something
think-
like Classic WoW, with how important the community has to its creation, right? Remember, guys, if it wasn't for Nos, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. Okay, so
Agreed.
if they need to realize that since this is a community-driven project and the community made this game happen, it would be very foolish not to have your finger on the community's pulse during this whole thing.
Oh shit!
So
They got a host,
They
dude.
definitely watch. They definitely watch
Who we got?
some.
Who host us?
IVNN, my man, dude. I hosted him the other day, dude. Thank you very much with the
Hell
68
yeah.
viewers. Welcome, my guys. Welcome, fam. IVNN family, dude.
Anyway, they definitely watch streams from all their games just to see if the network is still up.
Right,
But since
right.
Classic WoW is not up yet, I'm not sure.
I mean, honestly, either way, I think what we say here and what the community says does get the message does get there in the end. I really do believe that, because if it wouldn't have, and if it didn't, we wouldn't have gotten these blue posts. Honestly,
Yeah,
we
that's
wouldn't
true.
have gotten
They are definitely on Reddit and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, we wouldn't have gotten the change in the loot trade. We wouldn't have gotten all the PvP information, the change in the phases and all that kind of stuff. And I think 100% that they understand that we want to be a part of this, and
So-
that we care, and we're very passionate about this fucking game.
So if there's anyone here, we need information on the realm sizes and
Yes.
sharding ASAP.
Yeah.
That's
It's possible.
crazy. That blows my mind. There could be like 1 or 2 Blizzard sleeper cells lurking in the chat right now, dude.
There's
It's
about 10 people
possible.
said, I'm from Blizzard. I'm from
It's
Blizzard.
possible, dude. Mr. Mamrick, you're not from Blizzard, you memer. You're a mod. Oh man.
You never know, man. You never know.
You never know. You never know. Okay, let's go on to the screenshot, guys. These are some juicy screenshots right now. This has been, I don't know how this stuff works. Data mining. Maybe somebody that knows. They go through the build, and is this an actual screenshot? Like someone's in the game, or did they like make this? I have no idea, bro. But let's look at them. So the first 2 screenshots. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You have an answer there?
No, go ahead. It's interesting. I think it's definitely someone's playing the game. So I don't know how they're getting into it. I don't know how they're doing it, but I think this is why I think the beta is actually going on right now, and it's a closed family and friends beta.
So
Or
there's somebody
possibly
in the
somebody
game right now walking around Classic Beta?
I think the beta's already been launched.
We just don't know about it.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, dude. Who's playing the beta right now?
Illuminati confirmed.
No one from Blizzard's here, guys. Who's playing the beta right now? Come on. Who's playing the beta? I'm trying to... Probably someone, dude. I'm telling you this. Oh, man. Anyway, here's two screenshots right here. Normal graphics and enhanced graphics. Now, this may blow the pants off some people, but I already play with my console settings, like, juiced up to the max, right? I don't know if you guys do the same, but... So I don't know if they put a fresh coat of paint on it, really. People are saying they put new graphics in it. It looks more or less the same to me. The main thing I'm seeing difference between these two screenshots, it's a little bit small on the stream. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the main difference is the frill density is jacked way up. The frill density is about 8.
Yeah.
And the shadows.
The shadows in the trees, it's a little bit darker.
Shadows in the tree.
100%.
Yeah, the enhanced graphics they have
So-
a little bit darker trees.
Yeah, so there's a different.
Oh.
They actually, when you turn it up, there's.
Oh,
Sorry, guys.
Hold on
When
one
you
sec.
when you turn it up, there's an actual graphics engine
Huh.
Whereas before there was no graphics engine in Vanilla WoW. The graphics were actually painted onto the ground. So the trees aren't producing a shadow in Vanilla WoW. Those shadows are actually painted onto the freaking map.
It doesn't matter where the sun is in the sky.
Yeah, the sun moving has no
Thanks for the
difference in the
great
shadows
YouTube
themselves.
content.
However,
Keep it up,
what I
bro.
think's happening here is with the new engine, the sun is actually producing shadows.
I see. Andy Bro Chill with the $5 donation. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. That was an epic little. You see that little rag pop up? He spawned up. That was
awesome.
cool. Holy moly, gave me a heart attack though. Thank you very much for the $5. Okay, but do you think it looks better with the normal? It kind of looks more bright.
I prefer the normal graphics 100%.
I will play on the normal graphics. I like bright.
That's just how I'm used to playing it, and I mean, for me, like I am very much a person that like I judge things by association. So every time I log into retail and I associate the game with how it looks, I don't want to associate classic with retail in any way. So for me, I'm gonna log in and put it on normal graphics, and everyone's different.
I'm a little bit more in the gray area. I like the new water, for example.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I mean, it doesn't look like there's more pixel density on the orc or anything. I mean, this.
No, the character
No,
is exactly
it's the same.
So if the
Yeah.
only two differences are frill density and shadow, I like the frill density, but the shadow's making the world look darker.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would like a little bit of both.
Right?
So-
I wish. Yeah, I wish.
I mean, you can probably
Well, there
put it
is- there
between,
is a,
there's
uh,
you could probably hit like number 8 instead of 10 or number 7. You know, I think classic settings was like 5 in the demo, and the enhanced was all the way at 10. So, personally, I'm I'm someone who's very big with graphics and animations. If you haven't noticed, and I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. I'm okay.
Yeah,
with
it's
it.
not game breaking at all.
No.
No, we don't
I'm
see
o-
the want animation though.
Atticus, I've been lurking but wanted to say hi. How you doing, brother? Necro George, I will play on the original
I've been
graphics.
here
It helps
lurking,
to
but
get the
wanted to
classic
say
feeling.
hi.
It's art. Necro George, I 100% agree with you, brother.
Yeah. What's next?
Yeah.
Next is Cardo's getting another beer, I think.
Oh, did he leave?
Yeah.
So just while waiting, I always forget. Did you check the run speed on the demo, or did you not?
No, we never did that. It was.
Okay, so-
it was-
We
yeah.
did, I thought.
I would
never
like
did.
to see it
Oh,
tested as well. It's not in the list, I think.
Yeah. Trying to get this.
It was the same. I'm pretty sure it was.
It just
It
looked.
didn't seem the same, but you played it. I only watched it, so
Yeah, I think it's because of the different. It's a lot. The graphics are a lot smoother, so I think it just looked like they were running faster. Personally,
That's possible.
Yeah. Okay. No one get to see the lava though. I hope the lava is improved, man. I hope the lava is improved. That's one thing that. I mean, you guys are very no changes. I know Def kept Melderon.
well, it
There's
will
no
be
changes.
improved. It probably will be improved cargoes with the new water textures.
Okay, guys. Another quick straw poll right now. Who wants new lava, man? The lava in Vanilla WoW. I'm sorry, like I think they had the intern on the lava or something like that. I'm not sure. Like the lava's like 2 pixels.
No, it is. I know it's very honestly though, I think the whole vibe of MC feels so right to me though. I just wouldn't want it to be changed.
Okay, so you want the old lava? Are you gonna play with old lava, Devgame?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Old lava.
I'm playing on low settings, classic settings.
PowerPoint presentation lava. All right.
That should be your straw poll. It should be classic settings versus enhanced settings.
Yeah, there you go.
True scuffed straw poll. Oh no, I already put it out there.
Well, we'll do it in a minute.
We'll do it in a little bit. Yeah. The lava, man. That's like the one. I love this game. It's beautiful. I absolutely love this game. Like I think it holds up tremendously well. It looks like a watercolor painting. Any screenshot you take in any zone, as long as you get a little bit of sky in there, and you just pan the camera up a little bit so you can get a mixture of the ambience and the sky, it looks phenomenal. Like I'd hang it up in my wall. But the lava, I think they put the intern on the lava.
I can't wait to go into the Barrens and go on top of that turns orange and take a fucking screenshot there.
What is that place called? It's Demon Seed place, right? Demon Seed.
Yeah, the demon. Oh my god, that place! I've gotten so many screenshots. I even used one of those as a thumbnail for a video before, and I will just go up there sometimes and just like chill. It's so beautiful up there, and it's so unique how classic WoW. It literally does look like an oil painting every time.
It does.
And even the paintings on the walls in the game look like beautiful. Like, I ever notice you go into like a house and there's like a painting of like 1,000 Needles or something like that in a house inside the game. I love that kind of shit, man.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're playing old. All of you are playing old graphics. I might play old graphics if it's really just the shadows. I'm gonna have to compare. But what about the grass swaying, man? I like the grass swaying. You don't like that though.
If I
huh?
can turn off those new shadows, I will
just
play the
something
new
to move
graphics
your-
with the old
yeah.
shadow.
Personally, I don't like it.
It's a
just too much.
distraction.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone said, "Will you play on a 4:3 monitor?" Too. No, I will play on a nice ass monitor. I just want my graphics to be as they were. For me, like I said, it's just an association thing, and I know everyone's different.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I want to play it the way I remember it. That's all. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So this is another screenshot here. Dark Portal's looking nice, though. That's a nice look. This is a good screenshot. This is looking good. Nothing too juicy here, though. We'll keep going. I'll try and find something interesting. All right. So this screenshot here, Moonwell's looking nice. They've got this little bug reporter thing here. I guess this is something that's happened on past betas. This is how you report bad stuff.
Yeah, so the weird thing is apparently this is on the Ashara crater map. So I don't know why it's inside the game file still. Will they add a 4th battleground?
No.
I don't think so, but it's interesting.
It's probably just because it's in the beta file.
Yeah.
But yeah, so everyone doesn't know, it's a dungeon that was never implemented in
Battleground.
Battleground, I'm sorry. That was never implemented in vanilla WoW. It was very similar to like a Warsong Gulch. But yeah, that bug reporter thing, that's definitely what you would see normally in a beta. But yeah, I think it looks. I mean, I love Ashara, dude. Ashara is one of my favorite fucking zones. Melderon's one of my favorite zones. I think it looks beautiful just the way it is.
Absolutely. Here's another. So this is Hillsbrad, right? This next screenshot. It looks really nice. I like the frill density jacked up. One thing I really appreciate when the frill density is jacked up. Frill, by the way, is the foliage on the ground, the little grass or the flowers. I love how in a lot of these zones in Classic WoW they have unique flowers to the zone, right? And you can really appreciate that a lot more when the frill density is up. So I'm glad that's a thing.
But,
Lochmadon's got the purple flowers. Hillsbrad got these pink ones. There's some, there's all types of them, right? Pretty much every color. Swampasara's got the red little poppy ones. I don't know. I like it. It's a beautiful screenshot.
I actually like it a lot. I would like to play with those.
Mm-hmm.
With that photo, do you guys see a line in the frill though?
Yeah,
it looks like it ends somewhere on the left there. I don't know if that's something.
Oh yeah,
that's
someone cut the grass over here, bro.
Yeah, it looks like someone cut the grass. Exactly. Like,
That's
yeah,
right.
there was a little orc on a lawnmower and just he didn't hit the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that is gonna? I mean, it wasn't like that in the demo, as far as I remember, but
I mean,
I'm wondering if that's how it's gonna. I don't know.
that's got to be some like data mine thing. Does the model? Does the orc model look any different to you?
It has better lighting.
It's the lighting. Yeah, it's just the lighting, shadowing and the lighting. Yeah.
What do you guys think, chat? Does this look any different to you? Are we missing anything here? The grass thing's got to go. There's just too much. It wasn't that way in vanilla. But if you play in the old settings infra, you're not going to have that much, though. This is just how it was before, right? So then enhance this.
It's personal
It's just,
preference.
it doesn't matter. To me, I don't know why people argue this. It doesn't matter. People are going to put what they want on.
It's
Yeah.
personal.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like,
I don't think anyone's right or wrong with this.
Yeah.
It's just how you prefer it.
Mm-hmm.
it's in the game, so
Yeah.
it's a
All right.
shot from under Stormwind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Under Stormwind and full T3
Love that.
Dreadnought.
I used to go there all the time, man.
All right, here's
Hey, you
another
guys
one.
want something cool?
Dunmorrow. The orcs almost look a little darker. I feel like this skin tone isn't quite there on the private servers. I don't know. Maybe it's just the lighting thing, like you said.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
Bug
more bug
tracker.
reporter. Nerf mages, please. All right, anger management. This is something I want answers to as well. How does anger management function? A lot of these talents and abilities function in bizarre ways on the private servers, right? Like, so we'll see what happens. I still think anger management, potentially.
Can
is
I
of
ask
value.
something?
Yeah,
Anger
sure.
management. There was a time it was giving you one rage every 3 seconds, I think.
In
was
combat,
it
yeah.
before or after?
As
the
long as you're in
talent
combat.
revamp?
Oh, before.
And
after.
what was it in the Burning Crusade? I don't remember. When did it get changed like
Oh.
this?
I
Or
don't
was
know.
this the original one?
But in
I
vanilla, it gives you one rage point every 3 seconds.
Every 3 seconds, and then it reduces the decay out of combat. Yeah.
Yeah.
But all right, that's another thing. I don't know why they highlighted this though, because this tooltip, I went back and I checked, and this is the exact same tooltip as what it says.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I ask.
Marco, just send it to him on Discord if you have more screenshots.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. New screenshots? Hell yeah, dude. Send them over. That sounds dope. Thank you, dude. All right, so we'll keep going. All right, next up, I hadn't seen this screenshot before in any video. This is Thrall in some weird location. It almost feels like they're playing on a PTR or something. How is Thrall here? Like,
Yeah, that's really weird. Thrall's in Stranglethorn Vale. Those are the bridges on Stranglethorn Vale. I have no idea why Thrall's there.
dude, is there a chance that this is not the real beta screenshots? Like, what
I think
is
there's
this?
100% a chance. I think we have to. It's leaked, right? I think there's always a chance that this could be, fake. But I think for the most part, someone would have gone through a lot of fucking trouble to do this. So, I myself am very interested in. I think that there is some validity to a lot of these things, but you have to take it until we hear anything from 100% from Blizzard. I'm not going to put 100% faith in anything.
You know another bizarre thing, dude. The screenshots that were posted on Reddit have been deleted. They've been removed from Classic WoW Discord, from the Classic WoW Reddit. They're gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, twice even.
Moderators are removing them. So I don't know what's going on. Anybody in the chat know why are they removing all these screenshots? Maybe Blizzard hit them up and said like this is not cool or something. I don't know, man. It's kind of a little sketch.
Well, and I'm sure
that just lends to that it is friends and family, and then
Right.
they are under.
and that's probably what it is. And honestly, like I personally believe that this probably is a beta, and that it is like Melderon said, because if there are GMs in this, they can spawn Thrall somewhere. I'm sure it's if it is, and that is more chance that it is a family and friends, because there's probably GMs and shit messing around, working on doing funny things whenever they want. And a couple of screenshots got leaked, and that happens. And that's why. Yeah, is there a chance that it's fake? Yeah, I mean, just like there's a chance that like gravity's a theory and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like you can't be 100% sure of anything until you're 100% sure, and we
Just
get
take
it
it
from
with a
Blizzard.
grain of salt, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I could see someone photoshopping this little bug reporter thing in there, and if it's a friends and family beta, they're not going to give friends and family GM powers on the server. Like, this is something else, man. This could just be a PTR screenshot that just was thrown into the mix. You never know, and someone photoshopped this bug reporter thing in there. Oh, man.
Connor says, "Vomp." Kleenex, let's.
$5.01, dude. Appreciate the 5, but I really appreciate the 1 cent, Vom. Thank you very much, man.
Yes.
Also, new member in the house, Rumpelstiltskin.
Don't say his name, dude.
What happens? Did I get murdered?
I forget the whole nursery.
Carlos, Al says, "I know what's going on. Get me in. You want to join him in the call?"
If I bring him in the call,
get
it's gonna destroy the cameras.
Just do it his voice.
Let's go bois.
I can't.
it'll
It's gonna destroy the cameras. It's gonna destroy the cameras.
Put him
Can you put him where Def Camp is?
Ooh, mate. No, it's gonna destroy the cameras. It's gonna destroy the cameras. This is a low quality stream, by the way. So if I put him in here, it's gonna destroy the cameras.
I mean, it might be worth getting him in anyway.
All right, we'll get him in for 1 second, guys. You're gonna have to make do with our convoluted faces. Okay.
By the way, Al is a friend of us. All.
Apparently, it's from a sandbox. Al said.
Okay, we're bringing him in here. You're gonna have to deal with our jacked up faces for a minute.
Guys, this is new information.
Brand new information, hot and fresh, coming from. Hey,
Yeah, what's up, brother?
Hey guys, I'm here.
What's up, man? How's it going?
Good, good. Sorry for the destruction on your cameras.
No problem.
I was watching a stream late last night, and what they're doing to get these screenshots is they're actually loading the client from the CDN onto a sandbox.
Oh, interesting. So this Arctium one, is that what everyone's saying in the chat? They're loading it onto an Arctium sandbox?
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. So they're not actually on any sort of a beta or anything. They're loading it kind of like offline. They're taking all the data and stuff from the CDN. They're loading it onto the sandbox, and they're just cruising around. So it's basically loading all the data in and doing whatever they want. They basically have like full GM powers. They're spawning mobs wherever they want. That's why you see Thrall there. They're just kind of doing whatever they want. It looks like a full kind of like GM mode, right?
You think this is the legit build, though, from the beta? You think it's the real thing?
I believe so. Yeah, watching and how they did it, they were downloading like the files from the CDN and like plugging it into this.
That's crazy. So they potentially have access to all the armor values, all like pretty much every answer that we had on this huge ass list.
Potentially, yeah.
Oh my
But
god!
in all intents and purposes, it's not actually the beta.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is gonna get tweaked and stuff, but holy moly, they have the keys to the castle right now, dude.
Yeah, it's not like I said, it's not the beta, but I think they have access to all the information, and Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That
But it is
crazy.
this is highly against Blizzard's terms of service.
That's why I was
I
removed
saw,
from Reddit.
yeah, I saw a post on the Reddit today. Somebody said that they're going to be removing all that stuff. Like that's a big no-no. Like Blizzard really considers that, especially crossing the line.
Okay, okay.
So
So that's why everything's getting deleted in the Reddit, pretty much, because they're not supposed to be doing that.
yeah, I think
Okay.
people want to generally steer clear from sharing that and how to access it. Especially at this point in time, if there is going to be a beta or people want to be invited somehow, it's like, yeah, now's not the time to ruffle feathers.
Okay, gotcha, man. Appreciate it, dude. That's good
Thanks,
to
I
know.
really appreciate it. That opens up a lot of insight, Al. You're always there with 100 IQ. Thank you, my friend.
Yes, from the developer's
Can I
perspective.
ask you something? Is it possible that the armor on the bosses is just a base value, and that they add armor with another kind of, I don't know how, that they add armor in another way?
Because they're low, L.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very possible. Like a lot of armor values are derived from agility ratings and things like that. It's just the data is there. Like we don't know how complete anything is really either, right? So just because this is there, they've said nothing about it. Maybe they haven't, fixed things up. Maybe the armor values aren't really calculated until the boss is spawned. It calculates, any buffs it has, its agility, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Al.
Interesting. Yeah, appreciate it,
Thanks.
Dale. Thanks for the inside scoop, buddy.
No worries. Anytime.
All right, see you
Love
later,
you.
man. If you can leave
See
the
ya.
group, so we can fix the cameras, that'd be great.
All right, cool.
All right,
See you
thank
guys.
brother. See you.
Get
Talk to you
the
soon.
hell out of here,
Talk to you soon. Nice. We got our Ale in the house, dude. Ale's the man, hitting us up with that. He's a developer,
Wow.
full stack developer. Just giving us the inside scoop of
So-
how this
Yeah.
stuff works.
There you
That's
go.
awesome.
Like we said, take everything with a grain of salt. But it sounds like a lot of the information is correct. But for all intents and purposes, yeah, this is not actually the beta. So
Oh my God! Someone dropped a fat dono right now. Who did this? Who did
Where?
this?
On
Hold up.
Twitch.
on Twitch.
I do game. Appreciate the good morning Azeroth and content. All you do. Look forward to continue watching. Damn, dude, the 2,500 biddies right there. Thank you very much, my man. Thank you, dude. /bow/salute. Appreciate it, my friend. Holy moly. Thank you for the dono, man. I do game, my man.
So, like Pokran said, we should probably not have the screenshots on this stream, right?
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Oh, that was all of them pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, we just knew. I mean, they're not gonna. I mean, come on. Like we.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, and I feel kind of a little tips.
All right, last one right here. Unarmored mounts. Last one. All right.
No.
Yeah.
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 Color by
Anyway,
mode, unarmored mounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all. Yeah.
And that's
I'm
the
excited
thing,
for unarmored mounts, though.
But here's the thing: just because all this stuff was in the information, they could be playing with a lot of this information. Still talking about what are we going to do, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Just because any of this information is on there does not mean it's finalized. I still believe that the armor stuff is not finalized. I still believe so much of it is just, okay, guys, here's data from Classic. What do we want? What's going to stay in here? What's not? Like, they're just putting all the data they can into the client right now and working on it from there. That's what I personally think is going on here. That's what I think. They're still working on a lot of these minor details, things like the mouse, things like the armor values, all these little things, and they're having people, mess around with it. And the fact that this came out and people were, wanted to show that they had some information, but the fact is, it's not actually from someone who was playing the beta. It's just from the actual CDN.
Dude.
So someone in chat gave me an update about the anger management, or what's it called? The warrior talent.
Uh-huh.
And apparently it generates one rage every 3 seconds from patch 2.0.1, so the pre-patch from the Burning Crusade, and it shouldn't have done that in vanilla, and apparently it does generate rage on private servers.
Oh, interesting.
So warriors
Yeah.
on private servers will probably have too much
That's
rage.
interesting.
Interesting.
Wow.
See, that's a nerf, though, dude. That's another. These are the things I'm talking about. How stuff stuff is potentially harder in certain aspects. Like
Yeah.
Yes.
that's greatly devaluing anger management. Anger management, that's the main benefit. Yeah, the rage decay is good as well. You need tactical mastery anyway, right? Especially when you're going to go into berserker stance and whirlwind and do your whole sweeping strikes wombo combo. But that's the main benefit from anger management, man. That's crazy.
Mhm.
That's crazy. It's crazy to me. Like, These people have answers potentially to all this stuff that we've been wondering about for so long, though. Like,
Potentially. I still think we're at a very early stage in the beta. I still think there's a lot of, things that need to be hashed out. That could take them a couple weeks or whatever. But I still think there's a lot of stuff that's going to be being changed within the next few months, 2 months, 1 month. I think there's still going to be a lot of things that are going to be updated and changed.
yeah, maybe fine-tuned,
I was thinking
but maybe
about what's getting harder, and if the population is like 2.5k, 3k, there's a possibility that some recipes are not are not in the server. I mean, like some recipes drop from raid bosses. Most of the unique ones do, and if there's no high-end guild, it's harder for the medium hardcore guilds to get there because they don't get the enchants, they don't have the items that everyone has now on private servers, because the high-end players do have the recipes.
Yeah.
So
Very interesting stuff.
little things like that can probably make it a little bit harder.
It'd be interesting to to brainstorm as a community and come up. For those of you who are tuning into the stream now, we've been thinking, so people have been reporting that the armor values on bosses on this beta client are lower, and that's like shocking a lot of people. And a lot of people are saying that, it's going to be too easy or whatever. But it's interesting to think of stuff that might be harder in real retail classics. If you have any good, any good suggestions, definitely hit me up in Discord, ping me. I want to make a little list of this stuff. Maybe turn into a video eventually at some point. All right.
So yeah, I think it's good people know now, guys, that this technically that stuff is not actually from the beta, but the information is from what was put up there by Blizzard. So that's clarification on that, and that's, I think, very useful information, honestly.
The database has been data mined, and we have access to it. The whole database.
Well, they were going over it
item.
yesterday.
Yeah.
So they were going over. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Armor values being lower makes melee even more OP. Yeah, that's what we're kind of getting at. Okay, so now we got some good forum posts that we can talk about. We can talk about it in the context of the beta or whatever, but there's some interesting stuff I was seeing from the week. So the first one I bring up to you guys is thinking of Classic as a static game. All right, so this guy is basically making the point that is WoW static? Is it going to have longevity? What's the longevity of Classic? You know what I mean? If we're not going to have any horizontal expansions or anything like that. Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is we could have horizontal content down the road. So I don't think it's fully a static game in the most clear-cut sense. Let's say we go 3-4 years and everyone's having a good time, no changes, Classic. You could cross that bridge years from now, right? That's a possibility. So it's not like 100% static. But the other thing I want to bring up, do you guys have any initial thoughts on this?
I just want to say happy birthday, Hussein R.
So what's up on what? So what does the post say? I can't read it.
Okay. He said, disclaimer, not coming at this from a negative angle or anything, just ramblings in my head. I know the positives and negatives of nostalgia and its effects have been discussed ad nauseum, but I've always wondered how long it will keep everyone's attention. I'm sure a certain percentage will happily play the rest of their lives. Wonder how long until it becomes hard to field raiding teams requiring 40 people. Hopefully, if this becomes popular and gives them enough subs, eventually they can do BC servers that are separate that start you at 60, Wrath, etc. What expansions do you think would have the most replayability? Let's stop there. That's the point. The point's been made.
I think Classic has high replayability. TBC has very high replayability. Wrath does not because of LFG. I think LFD. Sorry. I think if they bring Wrath back, they should never introduce LFD. It should be gone.
I mean, yeah,
LFG?
I agree.
LFG, right? Okay.
LFD, looking for dungeon.
Oh, okay.
Here's the thing, right?
Sorry, the LFD that has a. So LFD was in Burning Crusade, but it was a chat window that you pulled up. But I'm sorry, yeah. So in Wrath, when they brought up the thing, you actually can queue for a dungeon with other people in other realms. That should be gone.
That's a certain role.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, right, and I agree in a sense with you guys. So I think Classic, the way it is, like vanilla servers, I think the replayability of them is very high. I think, even in my opinion, I think when TBC eventually does come, I hope it does, there should be fresh Classic launchers coming out at that time as well. Yeah. I would love to see something like this. So, we get Classic for a couple of years, and then a fresh BC starter's out where you can either transfer your character over. I think the best thing we'd be able to do is be able to transfer your character over, and then at that time there would also be new vanilla servers starting, where you could start another vanilla character and also continue playing on that BC server with the character that you had from vanilla.
I would love that. I would love that.
Yeah.
But one of the points I'm getting at with this point too, guys. So you guys know, you guys hear this term. Can someone explain to people what a sandboxy RPG is first? Like, this term gets thrown around a lot. I have a point to make in addition to that, building off that. But what to your mind is a sandboxy RPG, or the term sandbox? What does that spring to mind to you guys?
As you explore, new things can become available. The way I've always thought about it in my head is like you're in a sandbox, right? And you're like moving your hands around sand, and then you find something and you pick it up. There's no linearity, whereas a theme park, it doesn't have to be linear because no one goes to a theme park and does the same rides in the same order, right? But the rides are apparent and they're seen, and you know what rides are available. Whereas a sandbox is you don't know what's underneath the sand. As you're searching, you create things, you find things, and new metas become available.
So let's take BFA as an example. In BFA, if you level, you follow. You don't have to follow a certain path, but still, if you are in a zone, you don't miss any quests because it leads you from one quest to the other, and there's nothing to find out. And if you level in Vanilla WoW, you have to find out where to go, where the quests are. There are hidden quests, there are hidden entrances, stuff like that makes it more sandbox than anything that came after Vanilla WoW.
In my opinion, sandbox to me means stuff that you have more to explore and do on your own, whereas a theme park is more hand-holdy. It's more like, this is what you have to do, this is the meta, this is the end game, this is what you do. There's more explorability in a sandbox. There's more on your own time. You're kind of creating your journey, whereas a theme park, in my mind,
you keep bringing up theme park. Is that the two ends of the spectrum here? Say, like, is this RPG exclusive term, sandbox, or for the most part, people often
MMORPG exclusive.
MMO. So what is it? It's theme park on one side and sandbox on the other, or is there a more extreme than even theme park?
I think there's even an extreme past theme park. I don't know what it would be, but because theme parks, again, you're free to go to the rides on your own discretion and your own, so I think the extreme end is a single player game like God of War, right? There is a one path you go down, and that's the only path you can go down, right?
Yeah.
But MMORPGs don't exist on that spectrum. I don't
So
think.
a single player RPG was way more linear potentially. Oh, maybe not. I mean, Witcher is
Tomb
pretty
Raider,
okay.
like, I don't know. I mean, there are some that Witcher's a bad example. So Skyrim's also not a linear. So Skyrim is extremely sandboxy, but it's single player. But a lot of single player games are very, very.
So I would argue that retail WoW is very theme park, because in my eyes, like, yes, there's other places you can go, but really only a couple of those rides are relevant at the time. So right now, even though you can explore Outland, you can explore Draenor, you can explore Mist Pandaria, the only ride that people are really riding right now is BFA, right? Whereas in vanilla, the whole world was relevant. It's sandboxy in that way. Is that,
and all the rides have one just big long line that everyone queues into, as opposed to being able to walk around. I'm seeing all kinds of analogies with this stuff, dude. So even with the whole term of sandbox, I never thought about this before, but the idea of a sandbox, being a little kid in a sandbox, you can take the sand and build it into anything you want. You can build a little mound, you can build a little sand castle, or whatever you want to build. I don't know if that's part of, what a sandbox is. I mean, I assume people have thought about this before. But
the ultimate sandbox is Minecraft, I guess.
Yeah, WoW, to a lot of people, myself included, like, even vanilla WoW is not very sandboxy. It's more theme park when you think about it.
But it's the most sandbox.
Very sandboxy compared to retail.
The rest
of other iterations of WoW, it's the most sandboxy. Okay, so I guess where I'm going with this, with the whole idea of thinking about sandboxes, is this. When people say they're thinking of classic WoW as a static game, it's static, like, on a surface level, in the sense that, like, the features are set to a certain extent, right? Like, we know what features are going to be available to us, but the game is a sandbox, so we as a community can do anything we want with it, right? And it has so much to offer that I don't think that's too much of an issue. Like, you can create your own, just because there's not arena in the game, doesn't mean you can't set up your own leagues and tournament brackets like North did the other day. You can do any of this stuff. It can be replayable, it can be repeatable. I think it definitely has staying power. I don't know, and it doesn't have to be only on the PvP front, too, even though I do think PvP is probably the strongest legs for Classic WoW to stand on in the long run. I think even with any aspect of it, leveling, dungeons, raiding. What do you guys think?
Totally agree. I've been reading some old forum posts from before the PvP era, and people were talking about PvP and what things they were planning to do. So you don't need to be handheld to do PvP in a big scale. There's no need for rewards, and people do what they want to do. So
Yeah,
I see.
I really love how open, PvP is in vanilla, especially like what you can do, all these different things you can do. And in the exploration, in the theme of how much you can add to your experience with these little things that you create on your own with the community, it is very sandboxy in a way, but when you compare it to other games. But the thing that I think it was really beautiful about Classic WoW, right, is like you can explore so many different avenues of the same thing and always be surprised, like with PvP, all the different metas, all the different items, and with the community as well. When you add all the different things that come together with the community and all the different items and all the different things that work out together, it's almost unlimited in my opinion. The possibilities that you could have and the things that you can explore.
Yeah, I agree. And what I'd like to see eventually, this is a selfish thing. Again, let me know in the chat if you have a different idea, if something seems better to you. But I like what they did with Diablo in the sense that they did these seasons. And I like to think of a server, like the whole lifespan of a server is potentially a season. And if it's getting stale, you can do another season and you go through another server. They keep doing fresh, fresh servers, this cycle of fresh. And that can create content and replayability on both the PvE front, the PvP front, the leveling front, the economy front, everything. And, I'd like that eventually. I think that's totally, a thing that can be viable indefinitely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Final thoughts on this stuff? We can move on to the next one.
Let's move on.
All right. Which one do you want to do next, today? I know you like some of these. There's one that's.
Let's first do the second one.
Okay, the second one. Gotcha. So this one is called Please Reconsider Your Stance on Retail/Classic Reward Linking. Mounts and companions you get in Classic should not be usable across multiple characters on the same Classic account. However, you should be able to have these rewards in Retail. This will increase the longevity of Classic. We don't have to go further from there because that summarizes the whole point in and of itself.
Wait, can you clarify what he's saying? I'm a little confused.
Okay, so my understanding of this post, and there's a lot of contributions on this post. A lot of people are saying this, is how would you guys feel, chat? Answer. We got to get some engagement in the chat too as well. How would you guys feel if there was no achievements in Classic, there was none of the retail stuff in Classic, but on the retail side of things like BFA, they were able to get like mounts or something based on their participation in Classic?
Oh, absolutely no. They should be completely separate games. So
who cares?
Well, what they're saying is like, oh, I got a mount in Classic. Now I have my retail character.
Who gives a shit about retail? Let them have whatever the hell they want.
I think they should be. They should be separate games.
Retail is going to tank no matter what. That game is so dead to me. I don't care what they do. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I never sugarcoat anything, guys. Yeah. I don't care what happens to the retail.
People are right. It's going to bring a lot of retail people to do certain things in Classic just as they want it in retail.
So, but at least they'll bring people to the game.
Right, but people are going to be like, oh, I just want to get my Z.
Yeah.
So I'm going to friggin'...
Well, they're still going to have to level to 60.
Yeah, I understand.
They're still going to have to do dungeons.
I know.
You're
going to be having people going in there for one thing and one thing only.
But you can't get to that thing unless you level to 60.
I understand. I know that. I understand that. It's just like, well, there are some things that they could get that have been taken out of the game that aren't in 60. But
what kind of effect would this have on Classic? It would probably mean there's more noobs coming into Classic and more people playing Classic. I'm sort of with Meldron and thinking like I really don't care what they do with retail. Like as long as it doesn't affect gameplay, as long as I don't see it, as long as I don't smell it. But one person in the chat, I forgot his name because the chat's moving really quick. He said, "Do we want these people in Classic?" And I also say, why the hell not? You need a healthy amount of noobs in the game. Like
that's my point.
You need noobs
in order to get the ZG mount, you have to raid a shitload. You have to get to 60, do dungeons, become part of the community, and by that point, any mount.
No, I'm not talking about mounts. I'm talking about items that you can only get in Classic.
Well, we're talking about mounts, right? So my thing is, you have to become part of the community, and in that time, in that investment. You're either going to enjoy the game. You have to play the game.
But that's the interesting part because people who write posts like this, they have no clue how Classic will be. They have no
It's
clue
so
that they need
true.
to invest so much time. So
I'm
I
gonna tell you
Yeah.
one thing right now. It's not gonna be like that.
He's gonna be like,
Yeah,
oh,
they're not
this Scarab Lord, this looks pretty interesting. I like this
Oh,
bug mount. Let me just get this
Let me
bug
write
mount.
this mount on my
Yeah.
list of mounts to get.
2 years later.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
he was
disgusting
so
oozling.
hard.
Disgusting oozling. That'd make a really cute battle pet, dude. Let me just go pick up a disgusting oozling real quick.
Yeah.
they expect they can get a mount in like 2 days played and
Yeah.
be level 60 and
Good luck.
fine.
Hey, you know what? If they think that's something they want to do, let them try it and then see what
I'm
happens.
gonna get an axe and get the corrupted Ashbringer, bro, and have the only person
Right?
that has on the
Yeah.
server.
That'd make a
Yeah.
great transmog set. I don't know. This doesn't bother me. I feel like whatever. Like if this nets out to more people playing Classic in the long run, whatever. Knock yourself out. Knock yourself out.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
with Cargos on this one. I wouldn't mind it. I'm not asking for it, but
Just as long as
I
nothing
wouldn't
shows
mind
up from retail and classic.
That's what I'm saying. And also, so the other thing is like, I just don't want any kind. I personally would love to just see them separate. And that, me,
There's-
in my mind, I want to know that they're separated. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're on the same launch or whatever, but I just want, whatever.
There's a good point from Ale. If people start to need things for transmog in retail, it would be really sad. But
Yeah.
I think if people make it to the point they find items they want for a transmog in retail, they are probably not interested in retail anymore, and they are invested in classic so much that they
Somebody's gonna
won't
need
do it
something
anyway.
or use DK. I'm gonna use DKP on this item because I need it for my transmog. When the friggin' enhancement shaman who's been waiting this whole life to get this one piece
Yeah.
finally gets it.
Yeah, I mean, don't be wrong. If charge of the decision, I would make it no. There would be no cross pollination between the two games at all. But at the end of the day, if it happens, screw
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Let them do all they want.
Yeah.
The game's dead to me. It's been dead for me.
You're
for
dead to me. Dead
Okay,
to me.
I'm trying to step outside of our little
You
bubble,
fucked me
though.
over too many times. You're dead to me.
Why, Vargos?
You're dead to me. That's funny, dude. I'm trying to like step outside the bubble though. Let's think worst case scenario. I'm thinking, let's say that there's some scuffed launch, something, let's say the drop off after classic launches is huge, right? Let's say worst case scenario, right? Like couple mil on launch and then it's a huge drop off, right? I hope this does not happen. I believe it will not happen. I believe that this will overtake retail in terms of subs. It will become the default de facto WoW game that people refer to. I believe that that will happen. We'll see what happens. We'll put the money where the mouth is. But I'm saying worst case scenario, let's say that there's a big drop off. This potentially would bring more people, give these people who play retail more of a reason to continue, to give Classic a shot, like an incentive. So take from that what you will.
Yeah, but I like your whoever just corrected me from saying cross pollination to cross contamination. You're absolutely right. It's contamination, not pollination. Yeah.
To the scientist, he knows.
No, I'm just saying it's contamination.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that comes between the two games.
Yeah.
is
Honestly,
contamination.
posts like this, I just honestly just go right by because it ends up just irritating me usually.
It frustrates you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we go to the last one?
Yeah, let's go to
exactly.
another one.
We got to wrap up soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is related to, this is something you guys are probably dealing with. I'm dealing with it. I know you guys are pretty good, though. I think you guys are fine on this. But people are struggling, man, on what character to main. Because even if you get every character to 60, and you get all classes to 60, right? I still think it's important, it's valuable. I haven't really come up with the reasons why, but my gut tells me it's valuable to identify as one class in the game. People just associate your name and brand and reputation with this class. Now, this guy's trying to deal with the situation that I'm dealing with right now. Do you try to recreate the old experience and play what you used to main back in the day? Or do you treat Classic WoW as a new opportunity to switch it up and main something different? Go.
It very much depends on what you accomplished in vanilla. So for me, I'm obviously going with a different class. I mained warrior and mage in vanilla. I'm not playing either of those classes as my main because I really got to love shaman on private servers. But I think for a lot of people, if you've cleared all content, maybe I think Al did clear all content. Maybe I'd like to see his input on this.
Yeah.
So if you cleared all content, are you gonna roll the same thing?
I know people,
I feel like it's less if I agree with
Right.
you. There are people that will,
Yeah.
but I think it's way less you'll roll the same thing if you've cleared everything.
unless you enjoyed it that much. Like what's his name? Jeff. They had him on the other day on Countdown to Classic. He played Tarn Warrior throughout all of Classic.
Yeah.
He did it. He loved it, and he said that's the first thing he's going to make. That's what he's going to main. He loves Tarn Warrior. He wants a tank, and that's his thing.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Yeah.
Al's going to change it up.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
and in my experience, like I love Priest so much, and I love it in Vanilla. I love it in BC. I love it in Wrath. For me, I've really connected with that class for so long, and the Undead as well. To me, that like, no matter what, even if I cleared Nax all the content in Vanilla, I think I would still play Priest because I just connect so much with that class. But I love so many other classes as well, and I will have a Shaman, I will have a Druid, I will have a Paladin. But personally, like, I feel like, you know, when I played TBC, even like for me, I only did a certain amount of content in Vanilla, but I did all the content in TBC. My first character in TBC 100% will be an Undead Priest as well.
Yeah, like El said, he's probably going to change factions just to have a different experience.
And I love that. We did that before, and it's amazing. And I say this to the person who wants to experience more of the game: go and do it.
Yeah,
go absolutely. This is your chance, man. Like, this is 100% your chance. But personally, for me, I just feel so connected to Undead Priest.
Yes,
myself.
we need to straw poll this one, Cargos. This is a good question.
This is a good. Yeah, let's straw poll this. I just want to share this before I forget it because I'm like a freaking goldfish. 5-second attention span. By the way, it's like I feel like I'm a hunter at heart, and you know yourself, right? Everybody, you know yourself, and everybody has character flaws and pros and cons to their personality and everything, right? People are good at different things, and you know yourself at this point. You know, I'm 28. I know myself. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm not good at. And I feel like I'm going through this a little bit with Hunter. Like, I very much see the flaws in the class, the shortcomings of the class. I see its strengths. And, like, a part of me, you know, thinks that another class might accomplish my goals in a way easier way. And I'm kind of, you know, leaning towards playing Warlock, man. I really don't know how to make the call, though. Because it's like, I played Hunter 3 times already. Like, it would still be really fun, don't get me wrong. But then at the same time, it seems kind of cool just using new abilities and getting different armor that looks different and stuff like that.
With your heart, brother. You know,
I've been thinking about this issue for over a year, and I'm finally set on Paladin, but it took me a while. I mained a warrior in Vanilla WoW, so I'm definitely not going to recreate that one. I didn't like it. Back then, I was always thinking I made a mistake and I should have rolled a Paladin, so I will...
Wait, you didn't roll a Paladin back in the day, or you did roll a Paladin back in the day?
No, I didn't. Back in the day, I had only my warrior at level 60, and the closest alt I had was a Paladin, but it was like level 25 or something like that. So
I always thought of you as a Paladin, my man. That's crazy.
No, that was from the Burning Crusade. I first made a priest in the Burning Crusade, and then from the end of the Burning Crusade till... the end of Rat, that should have, that until the end of Rat, I was a Paladin, and I played a Paladin in Legion and some other expansion. I played a little bit, but back in the day, I was a warrior, and I always wished I rolled a Paladin, but I never did back then. So I just I need to do it now. I guess I have been thinking very much about the Hunter, because that was something I always wanted to try, and I never did. And I never did in any expansion. I played the Paladin for 3 expansions and never tried the Hunter. But I feel I need to go with the Paladin.
You seem like you've made your mind up, though. He seems decisive about this. I feel like he's dropped the gavel. Like he's gonna be a Paladin. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely feel that with a priest as well. And Cargos, if you do go Warlock, you have to change your name to Zagrak.
That's probably what my imp's gonna be named, bro. Right? That's funny, dude. Maybe I will do that, dude. That'd be crazy, actually.
Rosal says just go Karzog instead of Karzo.
Karzog, I might, dude, because Cargos is a hunter. That's true, man. That's a good point.
Karzog
does sound more Warlock.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I like Zagrak as well.
Zagrak, that's what my imp's gonna be named. Dude, how sick would that be if I roll in and it's Zagrak? It's meant to be. If my imp's named Zagrak, it's meant to be. All right. This is what I'm structuring the straw poll as. I'm just saying, what is your strategy? Switch it up or stay true to your roots? Stay true to your old, your old class that you played before. You're going to do an even better job, old faction, all this, guys.
It's so hard, man.
This is a very most important straw poll I've ever done.
So I can't vote on any of those because neither is my answer.
This is the most important decision of your life, guys.
All right, this is very important.
If you play the character in expansions but not in vanilla, do you switch it up then, or is it staying true to the roots?
Ooh,
wow, this is close.
Let's see, guys, vote. This is a very hard decision.
Decision is going to be based upon the straw poll.
Oh
guys.
God, dude, is it? Oh my god, don't do
Just
this to
surprise
me.
the hell out of everyone and play a gnome wrong. You know, you
Don't do
play a
this
gnome
to me,
wrong. You know
dude.
you want to.
Oh god, dude, am I gonna base it on this decision? Maybe, should I? This is actually probably the best way to make the decision. It's the people that watch us, like, the people, man. I don't know if the people are gonna speak right now.
If it's
Oh
this
my
close,
God.
it's
Okay, if we can get it to 200 votes, when everyone goes to 200 votes, I will play that class.
It's a 300 vote. Oh, you mean okay? Got it.
When everyone we can get to 200 votes, I will play that class. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Whatever gets to 200, I'll play it.
You heard it here, guys.
You know,
Oh god,
you know
dude, is this
you're
happening
not
right now? Oh my god, man, this is crazy.
so you have to change your icon. If
Oh
if
my God,
becomes
dude.
a warlock. Next stream you will have a warlock.
Because I don't see this decision getting easier as the time comes. I honestly don't. Like, it's just me and my own little brain, like my little pea brain
Oh,
thinking
it looks
about
like,
this.
It looks like you're gonna be a warlock.
Oh man, am I a warlock? Is that what's happening right now? Oh my god, it's about to get 200, dude.
3.
Oh, we got a couple more hunters coming.
The hunter's catching up.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're playing a warlock.
Holy shit, dude. Is that how history was made right now?
Yes, you are
Yeah.
now Karzog. Karzog the warlock.
Oh my god, dude. All
I
right,
will
I'll
play
play
Orc
warlock.
Warlock in the vanilla.
The people
Nice.
have spoken. The people have spoken. The people have spoken. It feels good though. It feels like the weight is off my shoulders, man. I'm not gonna have cold sweats at night anymore. I know what's up. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm playing warlock. Oh my god, dude. I'm playing warlock. I can say it now. It's like I feel like I'm having a baby or something, dude.
Oh.
Having a baby. It's a boy. It's a girl.
I'll document the board grind 1-16 classic of Death Rolls Gnome.
Thanks for the 5 Canadian dollars.
Thanks for the 5 Canuck bucks. Yes, Cam Weber. Thanks again, man. Oh my god, this feels crazy, dude.
And I just
I'll document the
or
board
the
grind
cargoes all
1
day
to
long.
60 in classic if death rolls.
Well, now that you're
9.
playing a warlock, it won't be.
Oh god, so I actually have to change the icon from here on out then, I guess.
You
That's
have
crazy.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
And all your thumbnails and all that shit. Yeah.
Oh
Next
man.
time you should definitely have the warlock icon.
Oh,
We
that's
cannot go
crazy.
live with the hunter icon anymore.
That's true. It's disingenuous. The people have spoken, man. They dropped the gavel. 231 to 169. All right, that's it. Easy clap. It's wrapped up.
Your next stream, you have to have the warlock icon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's happening, man. That's crazy.
Oh, I already know what I'm playing. Wesley Wabbit. Thanks for the $5.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
so
be
I-
Orc Warlock. Yep,
Excuse me,
it's gonna be Orc Warlock for sure.
If I quit.
Oh, dude, Orc Warlock's just too good. So my thing is, guys, like 100%, I'll play Undead Priest, and then I am making. I already decided a Tarn Shaman will probably be one of my second characters, and then I'm gonna have a human Paladin on an Alliance server. Probably play
You
with
need to give
Dunedain.
us a poll to
And then
decide
I want
what
to.
character
I'm
you
deciding
play.
between either a Druid as my fourth alt, or another. Well, Rogue was my very first character, even though I associate with a priest. But Rogue was my very first character, so I am kind of switching up in a way.
Damn, should we do a straw poll? Well, if the no, I don't want to put Def Kevin
no
in that
one's,
position,
no one's
dude.
telling me what I'm playing. Sorry.
No one's
Yeah.
telling him. Oh, I was on the fence, so I let the people decide. But okay. Thank you for the €5. Wascally Wabbit, dude. You need to give us a poll to decide what character you play. That's what I just did, man. I can't do it with Undead or Orc, though. I have to play Orc, man. I have to play Orc.
Orc is best for Warlock.
It's just
Ridiculous.
Orc
I
is
think it should be
Go
gnome.
Looks like it's
Blacksmith.
time
There are
to
only
roll a
gnome
hunter.
warlocks, right?
Go blacksmithing and get the what's the name? The fear trinket. Then you're friggin'.
Then you're friggin' dude. No PvP trinkets, by the way, until phase 2. Chicken basket with the $5, dude. Looks like it's time to roll a hunter. That you're rolling hunter chicken? Congrats, dude. You're playing the master class. Hunter will always be the master class to me, but I will play warlock.
I
I'm
will
gonna give it a
say
shot.
this: Hunter has some of the like. There's such a difference between a mediocre hunter and a great hunter. Like, there's so much nuance involved in a really good hunter. I will give them that.
Yeah.
But most hunters are huntards. That's a fact.
Poll again?
For what?
For what? Yeah. It's decided, man. It's decided. I'm going warlock. That's it. The people have spoken. They've dropped the hammer.
Happy
Yes.
birthday, Hussein. By the way, I know you said earlier it was your birthday. Everyone wishing me happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, my man. Happy birthday. You should think about all those people who started after vanilla. First time I played was in TBC private server. I played a warlock for like a few weeks before switching over to mage.
We should end with okay. Good class discussion. Decision. Won't regret it. Rumpelstiltskin channel is mine. Just figured
Oh,
out
nice.
how to manage channels. What is classicwow.live all about? Good question, Dead of Night. We will be
Good
talking
class
about that
decision,
early
you
next
won't
week.
regret
Do you
it.
want to Cargos? Do you think
Just give them the
Rumpelstiltskin
rundown
channel
of
is
what we
mine.
talked
Anything
about
else we should
Figured
talk
out
about?
how to manage
Channel.
channels.
Got another dono real quick.
What
5.
it's all about.
That's what you're reading. It was delayed for
I
me.
just read that. Yeah.
Oh shoot, it came in delayed for me. $5. Dead of Night, big supporter. He's been super active in the Discord. I appreciate you, man. We're gonna be talking about it. Should we say? Should we tease the day or
Well, it's the one.
I wouldn't tease the day.
It is the one-stop shop for everything classic. Wow, that's all you need to know.
next
for
week
right
is
now.
gonna be a huge week. Let me tell you guys,
Yes,
it's gonna
yes.
be a huge week. This is for you. We got a
You don't
present.
want
We
to
got
miss.
a present
don't
for you
wanna
guys.
miss GMA next week.
You do not want to miss GMA next week, guys. Yeah, and also GMA next week will be huge. But please support Duna Dana, all of our other content creators, and I'll be streaming tomorrow, probably around midday tomorrow. But just remember, guys, that we are getting Classic WoW very soon, blue post or not. But I love this fucking community so much. I really do.
Yeah,
I love
I do
each and every
too,
one of you
man.
guys, man.
So, real quick, Cargos, before we go, can we do a quick class straw poll to see what the class distribution is in this? This is a large
Absolutely.
audience.
That's a good idea.
I'd like to see what we get here.
We absolutely can. One final straw poll to rule them all. Let's see what you guys are gonna play. And does this ever happen to you? You try and list out all the classes, but you get to 8 and you forget the 9th one. That happens to me literally every time.
Yeah.
Just remember, paladins do exist.
Class
Right.
Or did they go away? Right?
warrior. Okay.
You will notice paladins.
Guess every time I straw poll. Guess what the class the 2 top ones are.
What?
For me, for
It's
some
gonna be
reason with my
warrior.
channel, it's warrior druid. I have no idea why.
Oh, Druid?
I can't
Dude,
believe it.
Druid
It's so
is
strange.
growing, man. I love
I
you
can't
too,
believe
Halsey.
Okay, warrior, hunter, druid, mage, paladin, shaman, priest. See, it's happening again. It's happening again.
Go
Love
by
you
armor
guys.
class. Go by
Awesome
armor class. Go,
content.
so what are the 3 cloth classes?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 8. 8 out of 9 again. I think I actually have an issue or something here. What am I missing?
Priest.
No, I have priest, warrior, hunter, druid, mage, paladin, shaman, priest. Of course, I'm missing the
Warlock.
class I like
Warlock.
least. Rogue. Rogue's missing. All right.
Rogue.
I'm putting rogue in lowercase letters
I always
because
go by armor class. So I'm trying to remember all the
No, don't
classes.
do that.
rogue's in lowercase letters, by the way.
You're an ass.
All right, guys.
I
One
want to
final
see my
straw poll.
shaman represent here.
Ooh, we got another Twitch Prime sub. Who did it? Hot Cauldron. Subscribe with Twitch Prime. You're my Hot Cauldron. Thank you very much, man.
Oh.
I got the hype music. The hype music for you to vote. Oh, I know what I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna choose Warlock. Let me go do that. Kind of feels good. A big
It does,
pressure
right?
off my
It does.
shoulders, man. I'm
Yeah.
playing Warlock. It's happening. Best era of my life is gonna be the Warlock class potentially. That's crazy.
Why is the lowest one on top?
just the way you
That's just how my goldfish brain works, man.
This is actually really close.
It's
Wow.
real close.
Mage is going high.
That's why it's the best game of all time, right? Look at this class distribution, man. This is crazy.
We should start saving this data. This is
Oh, we
actually
really
pretty good
need
stuff
to,
to
yeah.
see.
How many votes so far? Almost 400 votes, guys. Keep on voting, baby.
Yeah, keep voting, man. Let's keep voting.
Come on, where my priests at?
I
Where
love
my
watching
shaman-
it move in real time. This is awesome, dude.
Where my hunters at? Where my
Mage
mages at?
over warrior? No.
I know, right?
Infra's making some alt accounts, dude. I'm telling you, dude. Infra's on the VPN right now, dude.
Which is a great choice.
Dude, mage is probably just so. Mage is always a safe bet. Always a safe bet.
I've said it before on stream. I don't think I met a single mage player who regretted going mage. I don't think I ever met someone who was like, yeah, fuck mage. Like I made a bad call.
It's a safe bet in PvP. It's a safe bet in PvE, and they can also. There's a safe bet in leveling too because you can AOE farm if you
Dude,
want.
this
to.
is extremely close.
It really is. This is scuffed all my understanding. Look, so druid's like at the bottom, dude. This is totally not what we've had in the past. So mage number, wow.
Truth is going up now.
Oh, not enough priests.
I like how
It's all right though. I like
Paladin and Shaman is almost the same.
unique.
I regret playing
Yeah,
mage
Druid,
so
Shaman,
much.
and Paladin are all
No.
10%.
I'm
Mhm.
surprised that Paladin and Shaman are that high.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Me too. Especially because they're faction specific, right? You'd imagine them always to be lower, right? But I think a lot of pallies, man, a lot of hybrids this time around. You think we're gonna get more hybrids this time? I think so.
Absolutely.
In
100%.
112, yeah, for sure, more
100%.
hybrids.
I think
That's
we're going to
true.
see a lot of shamans. We're going to see a lot of druids. Dude, druids are so good.
I like how Rogue is lowercase.
Yeah, Rogue is. Yeah,
Got
you,
to.
you fucked with the
You
intro.
got to. You got to, dude. I put it in a smaller font if I could.
Priest,
dude.
Warlock, Shaman, Rogue.
And
It's actually really close, dude.
it is very close.
Dude, Melron's gonna be looking at this data for years to come.
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
You guys just keep them hard on.
First one to 85. Let me put it in there, dude. That's first one to 85. We're close. So if you have
Do you
any
think,
last minute polls,
Do you think Rogue will be this low? Do you think noobs or new players will pick a Rogue?
I sure hope so. I have something
Rogue
to do with
was
it.
my first. Rogue was my first.
You
pick.
put this in Twitch too, right, Cargos?
Yeah, I put it in Twitch.
Okay, cool.
Let's see. First to 85, guys. Keep voting. Keep voting. Keep voting. Who,
Well,
I think Hunter will
whatever gets
definitely
to 85 first, Melderon will play.
players. Rogue.
I've already played a mage, so I've already got the mage of 60.
Phobius. My name's Phobius.
It's so close, God. Dude.
Three.
It looks like Mage is gonna take it though. Take the dub.
Warriors close though. Warriors coming up close.
It is. We're like casters. We're straw
And
poll
right
casters.
behind is the
And
warrior coming around the corner. Here he goes.
it's
Don't
close,
know what
dude.
to
Okay, they
It's
barely
Mage.
made it.
It's Mage.
Wow, dude.
Oh, they tied. They tied.
They tied.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
Nope. 86 mage.
That's crazy. All right, I think that's it, right, ladies and gentlemen? Final thoughts. We're gonna say goodbye to the people. 2.5 hours.
Yes, guys.
Yeah.
I'll be here tomorrow, streaming around 3 on Def Camp Melderon TV.
Yep, and also don't forget to check out Dane's channel.
Yeah, I have all the podcasts of GMA on my channel, and I also made my first line out about the guild this week. So if you're interested in joining an Alliance guild on EU servers, definitely check it out.
I'll link your
Discord.
channel in chat.
Yeah, link your
Yeah,
channel.
yeah, will do.
So I'll be streaming tomorrow, guys, around probably around 3 p.m. Eastern.
We're getting so close, guys. This next week might be the week. This might be the defining week of Classic WoW, where we get all the juice. I mean, it's going to be a big week just from our perspective, right? Which we'll get into next week. But this might be it, man.
Hell yeah, dude! Guys, I am so excited for the future. I am so fucking excited.
Me too. All right, guys, we're going to end it here. We'll see you next week. Good night, Azeroth. Good afternoon, Azeroth.
Goodbye.
Take care,
Good night.
guys. Peace out.
Good evening. Good night.